that's true.
Sorry.
Alex could just be saying that he
Now sound.
totally did it on purpose.
Don't worry. So
Can they hear us?
yes, they can. Right now, they can.
Okay.
Right now.
Yeah.
Hello, everyone.
Yeah.
Hello, everybody.
Hello.
And welcome back to Chasing Tales.
What's up?
Hi.
We are back.
We are
hit-
back.
We've had one session already. Sorry about last week. We had to dig out because stuff. Yeah, stuff.
Obviously.
That's
Oh, hydrate. Just
Already?
start. Yeah. I'm not. I am
but
drinking
obviously-
piss, by the way.
Okay, good.
Maggie.
Obviously, you can see that we don't have our lovely Riona with us right now. They have a big uni deadline tomorrow, so they are working their little brain off, finishing a big essay. So they're doing that and working hard. But I will be dual wielding druids today. On behalf of Hemlock.
And
Riona themselves may be small, but small person, big brain.
yes.
Very big brain.
Very
if you
big
have
brain.
2 seconds spare, you should absolutely head over to Twitter and at Riona_May and just throw all the love and support at them because they're a gem and we can't wait to have them back with us. But
That's
as
true.
we said, we'll have the wonderful druid dual wielder piloting Hemlock for now. Welcome to us. If you're new here, thank you for coming. Thank you for coming and checking us out. We are Chasing Tales. We play D&D on Thursdays and other stuff on Mondays sometimes. So there's that. And soon there's other games coming. There's Vampire the Masquerade, ran by the amazing Amelia from Witchcraft Games, coming soon on Monday. So if you like that stuff, also stick around for that. Yeah, that's pretty much all that we do for now. Get off our back. We're busy.
Fuck off. Leave us. That's cool.
Jordan, can you remind me in the nit bits,
Hello.
pointy things? Is Wild Magic Surge on there? Or is that
So,
off?
Wild Magic Surge is still there because
Okay.
logging onto Twitch is sometimes a pain.
Okay,
That's
fine.
fair.
Yeah.
Don't redeem
Ignore
it.
that. We don't have a sorcerer. If you redeem Wild Magic Surge, you won't get anything for it. I think we can redeem points, but I don't know about that, so don't count on it. Don't do Wild Magic Surge.
Or maybe
It won't
maybe we do a list of like all the spells of the party and we just roll a
No.
dice and
No,
No.
I don't think we'll do that.
No, we don't.
I'll take the Wild Magic Surge.
Okay.
So if you guys have suggestions for cool other points things that you'd like to spend your nitbits on, throw them in the chat. We'd love to see what ideas you guys have, and if we see the ones we like. Alex, what is it?
Yeah. It's a button and Jordan has to punch someone. It's just a punch button. Whoever it is, whoever in the room is
I would
it,
never do that. Usually.
We can.
it's
Newt has to punch someone.
We can workshop
know.
it.
I was gonna say, I know you meant Newt, but I just imagine Jordan like going through and punching Ben every time.
Going to see his roommate and just boom.
It's only Ben. That's the only option.
Alex, I will.
See, Talia can agree.
Context.
Yes, that is my roommate. Alex, I will warn you. If that button is introduced, you has to punch someone.
I know,
Assurance
I
is
know.
right there.
I'm on 1 HP. Goodbye.
We can workshop with that. Aside from that, let us do a very quick summary of where the wonderful Soulguard are right now, what's happening, then we'll get into the game itself. So, the Soulguard, our group of adventurers, encountering the invading nation of Volm, did battle across the docks, but some strange power seemed to be at their side, and a Night Walker was summoned by one of the attacking mages, and in its flurry and creation, Maple, the rogue barbarian, the red-haired gnome, was disintegrated. Now, this in some ways seemed to tie into the incursion of the Lich Queen Kaiser and her plots to resurrect one of the long-dead petrified titans that litter the globe of Evantos. And so now, the Soulguard delve toward the Underdark to find their way to the elemental plane of Earth, where they aim to A, find the diamonds needed to resurrect Maple, to bring her back once and for all, and 2, I said A and 2, 2, to hunt down a Zaratan. For the heart of this great elemental creature is one of the components needed for the evil Lich Queen's plans, and to nab that out of her grasp were we to put a delay on her plots. And so, the group have headed down into a shattered gnome burrow deep into the mines, where they found a large elevator which seemed to descend into the mines. A bit of finagling with the controls led to a very quick fall, as the elevator seemed to slam itself down this overgrown passageway as large roots of some kind seemed to block the path, and the creatures that resided there. I think resided works.
Resided.
I don't think
Yeah.
resound is the word.
No, I think resound is probably the correct past tense of that. As they disturbed a massive spider's web, as an enormous blue and white spider chased them down, mounted by these strange kind of humanoid spiders with pincered jaws and long gangly arms, chased them. After a short battle and convincing the spider through some kind of charms to maybe just go, just leave, the danger passed. And for now, the Soulguard, as your heartbeats begin to slow, the adrenaline begins to fade, you're left with that slight kind of drop in energy after the battle is completed. This elevator now rests at a slight angle at the bottom of this shaft, this 70, 60 odd feet diameter hole that descends into the earth, but the walls are coated in thick, fleshy tendrils, like vines and roots have just swarmed up, closing this space down, and this lift now is like perched and stuck in a section of it, and you can see where it funnels down, the hole getting smaller and smaller. Before we dive into what you guys do next, for anyone that is new to us, let's go over some quick character descriptions. So just a brief note on roughly what you look like, who you are, and what you do. Nute.
Hello. So, Nute is a wonderful boy that I love. He is a Duergar monk, Way of the Sun Soul, about like 3'7" in height, quite stout, I think is the best word. Generally goes around wearing quite baggy, loose-fitting clothing, very calm, very relaxed demeanor most of the time. Is also a dumb bitch. And the main sort of unique identifying features are, first of all, some sick elven tattoos along most of his body, which can glow very hot. And then, second of all, also has a wiry white beard with flecks of grass intermingling inside.
Beautiful. Marigold.
Maggie.
Hello, sorry, I'm still doing socials. Hello, I am me. And I'm not responding to the soup controversy. I'm doing Chasing Tails socials.
It's
like I should be
Soupgate.
doing.
It's Soupgate, guys.
If you want to know what we're talking about, check out my Twitter, because I've
Plugging
rattled
yourself
some
like
people
this.
You've stirred the
with my
hornet's nest.
opinions. I have stirred the proverbial soup pot. Okay, like anyway, Marigold is a gnome. She is 3'1". She's very, very small. She has white hair that is intricately braided up away from her face, with a few like flowers and little leaves and stuff in there because she's a druid for fun. She typically wears very like earthy tones, pastels. Probably a skirt. She's a bit of a mum, and her leather armor over the top. And she also has druidic tattoos covering her like cheeks and forehead that sort of glitter in like a silver little cute thing. And she's also traveling with Willow right now, who you guys probably know, but he's the jackalope friend. He's a big rabbit with antlers.
Beautiful.
And he has armor now.
He does. Markos.
Hello, I'm David. Hello, nice to meet you. I play Markos Astreva. He is a human man, approximately 5'10" in height. Looks sort of like Mediterranean-ish, like olive skin, dark hair, brown eyes. And he is a ranger rogue multiclass who specializes in using a rifle from his training in the Royal Adagani Infantry Gun Scouts. yeah, he's a fairly chill guy. Likes a little bit of fun, bit of mischief sometimes, bit of chaos, like minecart racing in a wet tunnel. That was fun.
In a wet tunnel.
Wet tunnel.
Yeah,
Wet
all around,
tunnel.
all around the minecart tunnel. All around, he's a nice boy. Very very family oriented.
It's a family
With his
boy.
lovely new chosen family and his
ah.
actual biological family.
Are you a mama's boy?
He's more of a papa's boy.
A daddy's boy, I understand.
Yeah.
Daddy, yeah.
No, papa.
No, daddy.
He calls him papa.
Yeah. Sure.
Ashura Takahashi.
Ashura Takahashi. Hi, I'm Alex. You didn't see me last week.
He is
No,
the real
the week
daddy.
before. Yeah, I'm the real daddy. So where Markos is a little bit.
No one calls you daddy.
Everyone
Alex.
calls me daddy. You don't know, you guys, but off stream they all call me daddy. So Ashura is a drow, 10 level bard and 2 level paladin. He is completely bald, has lots of scar on his face, is wearing super fancy clothes and has a demon sword on his belt. Usually he has sunglasses and tons of like jewelry on. And he is where Markos is a little bit into chaos. Ashura is more heavily onto chaos. It's his life. But yeah. So yeah. That's it. That's Ashura.
Alrighty. Alongside these four stands the fairly tall, lanky, half-elf, half-orc Hemlock, the druidic spores-wielding companion, bespectacled with a long braid of dark hair with a few bits and twigs stuck in, walking on a long staff supporting a pretty severe limp alongside them all. So, Soulguard, as your heart rates begin to slow, and you begin to assess the situation as you see kind of trickling water that seeps down these walls, beginning to kind of pool almost as a stream that funnels down in a spiral into this rapidly closing channel. Above, you can just faintly hear the disappearing of the large spider's legs as it leaves you in peace. You can still hear a faint as wind seems to come up from below with a warm sweetness of its scent as it goes up a large tunnel to the surface above. What would you all like to do?
That's a good question.
Well, good job getting rid of the giant spider, Ashura.
Well, I feel like we didn't need really to fight it, and it was huge and pretty scary, so it was.
I think it was just defending its territory.
I know, but like you anyway. But I mean, it kind of helped. So where are we going from now on? I feel like
I'm just gonna go ahead and say real quick, Hemlock is gonna heal herself because she's on 11 hit points.
Yeah.
Did I lose hit points? No, I did not. Damn.
Speeder.
Damn.
Yeah, she's gonna use a big fat cure wounds. I'm gonna go for like a level 2.
Go for it.
That's fair. Do we know where the rest of the path is?
There is only one. There is no path. The elevator has stopped before it has reached whatever bottom it was going to, as now the tunnel, the shaft that was going down, is like clogged and narrowed with this, like the vine, like they're not vines, it is fungus, but they kind of grow like vines and roots that kind of block up sections of this tunnel.
Yeah.
And it just narrows until it's now this kind of very narrow, maybe 5 to 10 foot wide tube, like this funnel that goes down at the bottom.
Damn it, that's disgusting. It's still fleshy walls, I guess.
They're a bit spongy. If you choose
spongy.
to step off of the kind of tilting elevator.
Sure, it's just like touching and just like yep, yeah, okay. All right, so
It's kind of wet.
Nute, you want to no? Yeah, you go forward. I feel like that's first in the line. I feel like that's good.
Oh well, I mean, aren't you usually the wonderful leader of the party? Now you know the big face.
It is true. It is true. But sometimes you need to know how to step back a little, and let less charismatic person, sometimes take the lead, give them some space, So why you go ahead? Why don't you go ahead? I feel like that's.
I just
good.
want to say, if Maple was here, she'd be ripping the shit out of Ashura right now.
Yeah, because Hemlock would do that too. So I'm just happy Riona is just not here to just rip into me.
Alrighty then.
Thank you.
You will take the lead.
Okay, great.
Alright.
Oh, just before we go, are we all good with going, or do you want to take maybe a rest or something? Like a small one.
I don't.
I'm doing alright, but
I mean,
if we need to take a short rest, we
taking a
can.
rest, I can, maybe have a look around, see if I can see if there's any danger coming up ahead. But
I'm alright, but I think Hemlock could probably do with a bit of a rest. She got hit quite hard during that.
Yeah, and rather than using all the spell slots to heal, I guess, yeah.
Like OOC, me and Hemlock are pretty good for spell slots.
Yeah.
We both just use like higher level ones earlier
Okay.
today, but
Okay. But I mean, we can. Yeah, we can take a rest. I mean, I feel like this is a good place to
Yeah.
do it. We don't know where the rest of the tunnel goes, so, and we don't know
We'll
when
take a
we'll
short
be
break,
able.
yeah.
Yeah, I think that's a good thing.
Alright. Are
Okay.
you guys choosing to do anything in particular, or are you just getting out some rations, having a drink, kind of sitting down on the kind of the rusted, half-broken machinery of this elevator, and taking a rest?
I think Markos wanted to go just look around. Is that it?
if we were taking a rest, yeah, I'd just like to.
I'll come with
sort
you.
of-
I have nothing to do during the
Okay.
rest. Just I'll just be your shadow.
Okay.
Alright.
How is my volume right now? By the way, I've just tried to change.
You're
this.
okay.
You're okay.
You could be louder, but I can hear
How
you.
about now?
I can do it on my end, but I can do it on my
That-
end.
That's a lot better.
Okay, yeah, this microphone is
That's a bit too
really
much.
finicky. Sorry,
Yeah, that's fine.
That's a
if
bit.
it's slightly
Yeah.
too far away from my mouth, it's just like nope.
How dare
Yeah,
you.
yeah. So, as this tunnel light comes down into this funnel, where are you guys going? Are you guys trying to find a way down through down through the funnel to see what's beyond? Are you just looking around the tunnel above you?
How steep's the funnel? Like, if could I like venture in maybe like 10-20 feet?
It
Just have a
seems to you like where the lift has stopped. It's like there are sections flat enough that you could probably stand on. The walls are also quite soft. Like with a little bit of poking, you'll be pretty confident that you could probably just shove a hand in and break through the flesh and like you make handholds. Though it does
like
become
dig my boots in.
yeah. But as it goes down toward this funnel, it becomes really quite steep, and the water coming down from above funnels into not quite a full stream, but there is a stream of water that is kind of funneling down here as well.
Okay. I would like to make some. I would like to determine two things. One, how best to descend. And two, sort of maybe see if I can find out any information about the sort of environment we'd be coming into after we went through. Like any sort of cues I can figure out. I know it's Goredark, but am I expecting more of those weird big pink acid lakes or stuff like that?
Okay. Ashura, are you up to anything while Markos kind of goes all thoughtful and starts inspecting the ground ahead?
So, the spider, which way did it leave the place? Up.
So obviously you weren't here for this. When the elevator
No.
was speeding down out of control, it tore through a section that was just webs.
Yep.
And it seemed to break open some kind of like egg sac, and the spider chased down afterwards. And then you charmed it, and it skidded back up where it came from.
Okay. I'm just gonna look around for any movement up above us while we take a rest.
You still have dancing lights up from last time, so you do have some globules of light which kind of like illuminate the
moving
space. 'Cause you
around.
have like 20-foot dark vision.
Yep.
100 isn't very far.
No.
So having those is very helpful to kind of push them out and illuminate a bit more of the space. So go ahead and make a perception check for
I
me.
can do that. Where's my die? I haven't rolled a die in like a month and a half. And that's...
And Markos, do you want to first make a survival check for me to determine how best and safest to descend?
Okay. I have 60 feet dark vision at the moment as well, by the way.
Cool. Yeah.
Damn. 27 for me. Perception.
27.
Yeah, dude. Plus 10.
Upwards, you kind of manipulate the position of these kind of soft, glowing beads of light from your spell to try and illuminate more of the space. You glance up, and you just see a void. You see these kind of tendrils that climb the walls. It's still, apart from the slight kind of oscillating glints of the running water that glint off these beads of light. Nothing up there seems to be moving within the range that you can see.
I really
And it's
don't
also
like it.
quiet. Except for the wind, which is still blowing up from beneath. But you do notice with that level of attentiveness, there is a slight rhythm to it. It seems to swell and then lessen and then swell and then lessen. It's like almost like very slow breathing.
Oh,
no.
fuck. Andrew,
Markos,
stop.
what did you
Uh,
get first?
15 survival. Survival
And
15.
a fucking tight.
You are an experienced traverser of difficult terrain. Encompassed in your basic training is how to navigate difficult places that you're unfamiliar with. The distance from kind of the central mouth of this narrowed funnel to the elevator is maybe like 20 feet. Like, you're really quite close to it. The elevator like dug through a section of the fungus at the bottom when it stopped. So you're quite close to it. You don't know how deep it is, and while you're fairly confident that you could like make handholds and footholds in this fairly soft flesh, with it being so wet and not knowing how deep it is, it would probably be safest to like tie a rope to the elevator where you know it's firm, and then lower yourself down.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, thought it was much. Similar tactic to last
Yeah.
time. But I'm basically looking at it and ignoring the fact that it's like slick titan flesh, and thinking instead, so this is like trying to scramble down a rocky brook in the mountains, and it's really mossy, and that's why it's like squishy. It's like peat moss.
You're climbing down the stamen of a really big flower.
Yeah, you basically trying to like persuade yourself that it's all fine.
Yeah, I'm just trying to like apply my mountaineering knowledge to it. Okay, and then the other one was I would like to try and intuit maybe like what sort of environment there is. If I can't see the bottom and I don't know how deep it is, I don't know how well I can do at that. But just sort of being like, are we likely to be plunging directly into an acid lake? I drop a rock down.
Yeah, go ahead and make a. I'll say for that kind of checking things out, go ahead and make a perception check for me.
Sweet, I'm good at these. That's a 24.
24.
Nice.
As you find like there are no rocks in this particular area, but there are plenty of like broken chunks of metal and like cogs, and like it's very easy to like pull a lever off the console of this trashed elevator. As you throw it down, you hear a very soft like as it like bounces off the walls of it, and there's a like fraction of a second before there's another like very quiet single thud.
Okay. So I think the bottom is solid. Cool.
No acid death.
Alright, gang.
I have a question for the DM.
Yes, Megan.
Can I try and think about how much time has passed and figure out what time of day it is in the outside world
That's
right
a good
now?
question.
Just
That's
to,
a good question.
Just to keep a track on
Yeah.
when
Yes.
the fuck we are.
Yeah, that's a good point. It's been
it
2 weeks,
was-
Megan. 2 weeks.
We got down here pretty quick.
It's been 84 years.
It's that planet on
Falling
Interstellar.
for 30 minutes!
Quickly fit in all the pop culture references now.
So you haven't been underground for very long at all.
No. And
you-
we travelled via plants to get here, so
Yeah. There was about a day or so of travel going from where you transported to in the forest and
Yes.
mountains, over
Like,
the
over
mountains,
the-
down into Weatherwall. You guys didn't rest when you got to Weatherwall. When you got
No,
to
we
the coast, you
Dove
headed
straight in.
pretty much straight in. So I'll say it's like you had a day of the traveling over mountains and you've delved straight down here. So it's getting quite late.
Okay, but like okay, so we can do some stuff and then
Yeah, like you can
probably
make
go
some
to bed.
ground, but like you're getting kind of tired. Like you can keep going, but if you
it's-
go for like another 10 hours, then you're starting to think like, okay, now you might be starting to get a bit exhausted.
It's like
It's
early
4 in the
evening sort of
morning.
time.
Yeah.
It's like
It's
6 or
4
7.
PM.
6 or 7. Like you've had a full day of travel already, and then you ventured through the burrow. You found the mining area. You did your water slide. You fiddled with the stuff. You rattled down this shaft, and now you're here. And you've just taken an hour to do a short rest. Yeah, it's about 7 p.m.
Okay.
Fair.
So we are still on Selendra the 23rd, but it is the evening of such.
Okay, okay.
Yes. Yes, that is correct.
Cool.
What?
Yeah.
I'm gonna spend some hit die.
Just for diarizing.
That's a good point, yeah.
Hemlock has spent like 6 hit die.
I mean,
He's
at one
not having a
point,
good time.
yeah, at one point you should like just use the head die. Andrew, did Marcus and I manage to get a short rest?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're essentially keeping watch and thinking about things. So yeah, you
Yeah.
haven't done much crazy stuff.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's like
Like,
a
entered
short
down
rest
there.
is just like no strenuous activity, isn't it?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
Marigold
I
was
imagine like
spelled.
looking at stuff is fine.
Yeah, you've essentially kept watch and had a think is what you've done.
I don't think anything changes on my character sheet with if I short rest right now, but still,
I do it anyway.
because I can.
I get
Alright,
wild shape
gang.
and spirit totem back.
Whoa, dude,
Nice.
that's like so tubular.
Okay. Key points.
It's pretty wizard, bro.
It's pretty druid, really.
It's pretty, yeah, it's pretty druid, really.
Yeah, it's fucking wild.
It's so not arcane, dude. Wow.
Are we good to go? Team?
Think so.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm ready to go.
Now, as much as the slip and slide was very fun on the way down,
Oh, it was.
It was
I-
fun.
Oh, you thinking that we do that again?
Maybe. Oof. Oof.
Nute, I tell you what, feel free. You can land and not hurt yourself.
Newt-
If I went down there, I would roll an ankle. I cannot see the bottom.
That's
Okay.
Very small. I don't know what would happen to me.
I would like to tie. Sorry, I would like to tie a rope,
Mm-hmm.
and yeah,
Easy
like-
enough. You've got a massive
let's go.
iron anchor here, so yeah, it's easy enough to tie an end of your rope down and begin your descent. Now, descending, essentially, you're abseiling yourself down. It's not super difficult, but if you want to go ahead and make Maggie,
I have a little question. I have a giant rabbit with me who I don't think can abseil.
good
I'm
point.
gonna be honest.
Not with that.
We can.
I mean, I touch
Which-
him and I can cast fly on him. I mean, he can.
You can.
You know, I don't know what happens when a rabbit fly. I think we've tried before.
Yeah, I
Did
can
it
just
go-
like tie a bit of rope to him and like tow him down.
Just
You know,
We have a little willow kite, just like
yeah. Oh, I mean, I can.
Yeah.
I can rather than fly.
He's
I'm
like-
sure I have.
he's like a
currently
balloon.
strongest.
me.
Who's currently
yeah.
Okay,
I,
so
We
Okay.
both have the same strength, dude.
Alex, what's your athletics?
No, because you have higher athletics, right? My athletics
yeah,
is
what's-
+8.
Mine's plus 12.
Oh yeah, because you took. Didn't you take fucking proficiency in it? No, expertise.
Yeah, boy.
Yeah, fucking hell. You're a kid. You're a real
Okay.
kid.
So here is my plan. Nute goes first,
Yeah.
then me and Marigold and Hemlock, and actually probably best if Marigold stays. She can tie the rope around the bunny, and then Ashura can use his strength and lower, and then we should be okay.
Okay, so we. Okay. I mean, I was just thinking. Okay, yeah, we can. We don't. I don't even need to use a spell. Like we can just lower it, and then I'll come down.
Okay.
Cool.
Rope Rope is pretty effective.
Rope. You know
Don't
what,
need to use-
Marcos?
don't need
Sometimes
to
it's
use
true.
a spell slot if you have a rope.
Yeah. Damn. Technology, huh? Damn.
Then everyone apart from, I think for now, Marigold and Ashura, you want to make a pretty easy athletics check for me real quick as you lower yourselves down into the rope.
Ooh, I shall make it for Hemlock.
Nice.
22.
Nice, easy enough.
With the pinky. Just
16.
going
Um,
down.
Cool.
We will
Easy
lend a hand
enough.
to Hemlock while he's going down, if that's possible.
Yeah.
Can you just proper feet up?
Yeah.
Cool.
With
Like,
the,
she
the
like sits
23,
on your shoulders.
and like you both lower
you just, like-
yourselves down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
I mean, you're a strong boy.
with a bit of advantage,
Dance
Hemlock
man.
rolled an 18 because she
Oh,
has
hell
plus
yeah.
one.
That's good.
Easy enough. You guys all find your ways down, and as you go first, kind of supporting a bit of Hemlock's weight, heading down, you find yourself in what should be a very open cavern. You can see where sections of this rock come out and have been carved away and are like flat and carved into what would be a towering cavern. You can see where like stone walls and steel gates have been built into the rock with tunnels leading in various places. You see old crates kind of piled over. You see a collection of small minecarts that are tipped over on edge, heavily rusted over. But this mass of like fungal vines and roots and just matter has utterly encroached on this space. It's claustrophobic, and it kind of open channels. You go up into dark crevices as this fungal entity has massively like filled in huge portions of this space. People up at the top, lowering down a rabbit. Sure. Do you want to go ahead and really quick make a?
Yeah. Can I move my globules of light as
Yes, of course.
everyone goes down? Okay. Athletic. To...
Yes, go ahead and make an athletics check to lower down the rabbit.
That's 26. That's 18 plus
he's,
8.
He's not. He's quite heavy, but you get a really good like foothold on this elevator and just like lower down the rope. And while he's uncomfortable in a rope tie, he's like, you lower down the rabbit, and eventually he comes down. You guys untie him. And he
Andrew,
gets
have you ever
Poor
met?
baby.
Have you ever met a rabbit? Have you?
I've met a couple in my lifetime.
And how did they make that sound when you met them?
When I tied a rope around them and lowered them down a mine shaft, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, okay. So you actually okay. So that's from
Fungal
experience.
flesh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Fair enough.
Method acting. That's all.
Method acting. That's it. Go through every possible.
This is Willow's
situation.
first time in the Goredark, you guys.
Oh, it is.
This is Ashura's first time
He
in the
didn't-
Goredark.
He didn't come with us last time.
He didn't.
Yeah.
Well, no, Ashura came through the Goredark to get to the surface.
Also Titans.
I passed next to it, but
Also, Titan's back.
Giant's bag. Yeah, Giant's bag. then.
Sure, this is where you came up.
Oh yeah, that's right. That's right.
You
This is where
literally
you
came
exited.
this way.
That's right. I came this way.
Some kind of area close to here. But it was a while ago, and you were in a bit of a dazed state.
Yeah. I noticed that.
Ashura's
Actually,
first time in the Goredark.
remember my first question of this session? Where are we going, you guys? Oh, yeah. Aren't supposed to be the guide? Oh, yeah. Well,
To be fair,
Still,
I
yes.
tried to be you and defend your knowledge of the Underdark last session, and I ended up sounding like Mario, so that just didn't work out.
yeah. People were asking for the Mario impression, and I was like, the Mario? Am I Mario? I guess. Okay, fair enough. I mean, remember, guys,
Sorry.
time doesn't exist in the Underdark, so from then on, you can just add on knowledge. Clocks don't exist, right? So,
100%. So, Markos and Marigold, the final two still up by the elevator. Do you guys want to make some athletics checks for me real quick to follow the rest down?
Ashura.
let's go.
Sure, and Marigold, yeah.
Yeah.
Keep
18
going.
again, so 26.
15.
You guys both make it down fairly easily, and you join up with the rest. The rope is kind of coiled slightly. It's not a massively deep funnel. It appears you are pretty close to the bottom. But now all of you guys are together, the globules of light illuminating the space around you, and you see this kind of like brownish pink. In places, it kind of turns more like a beigey gray.
I hate beige.
matter all around you that is kind of filled in this claustrophobic space. You see kind of several tunnels open up in front of you that spiral downwards. Some seem to kind of go into like smaller rooms nearby. Some seem to have like bigger entrances where the remnants of like minecart tracks head. But aside from that, it is a mass of fungus and darkness.
Where's the wind coming from? So if you say we've come into this chamber that's all like claustrophobic, overgrown, and there's tunnels going off, does the wind seem to be coming from any one of those in particular?
Go ahead and make a perception check for me.
Loads, like 30.
Yeah. Yes. The double wide
29.
tunnel. Yeah. The double wide tunnel that has like two kind
29.
of rusted over. You can see one of them, but there's space for two like minecart rails that head down into a tunnel that seems to descend slowly. You can see like a net of like fungal roots have like reached out and like almost like grasp the edges of this tunnel. But the wind seems to be coming from there. You can also see like little specks of light down there as well. Little beads of glowing orange kind of clustered in one side.
Hemlock, like,
Oh.
is that a mushroom?
Hello?
Mushroom
I'm,
spores.
I'm assuming the reason Hemlock is going to be so quiet this session is because she is just constantly enamored with some sort of fungus or fauna
Yeah.
that is just
Either
presenting
that,
itself,
or
yeah.
she's scared that like big mushroom lady is gonna come back and fuck shit up again.
Exactly.
I like to imagine Hemlock is just not talking at all and just like running around with little vials and jars.
Little
and
jars,
taking
yeah.
samples,
Yeah.
Like,
And Nute is just like taking her by the belt
very,
and
like,
be like,
carefully just like picking a mushroom with like a pair of tweezers and just putting it
I
into
will
a test
be
tube.
essentially going through this with Riona
So
after
she
the
can,
session.
yeah.
So if they have any moments they want to have or things they want to collect, they will have the chance to do so.
that's fair.
Um,
That's fair.
But yeah, you guys have this kind of lower mining complex essentially laid out before you, large chunks of it covered up and overgrown, and this tunnel which seems to continue the descent.
Underdark friends.
Yeah, what's up?
So we think the wind seems to be coming from this direction. Do you believe that could be Dito?
I mean, if that is wind, that might be a larger cavern, if we follow that route. From what I remember, DM,
Hello.
when I got to this road, did I pass any large cavern, any large areas?
Yes, the Underdark is made up of large caverns, and the Goredark does have some as well.
Okay.
However, you wandered for weeks, hungry and lost and aimless. So, the shortest answer is yes, you did see some large caverns. The Underdark is full of them. But as far as is there a large one on this path close to you, you are not.
Sure.
You're
Yeah.
not entirely certain either way.
Okay. I'm guessing we should go. Wait, also, is the one with the wind has the small lights in it? Yeah.
Yeah.
What do you think, Newt? If there is wind, that might be air to pass. So I'm guessing a large, either a large cavern or it kind of forks into a lot of different tunnels. That's all I can think of.
I mean, I honestly don't remember much, so I was kind of hoping that you would know.
Yeah.
Can at this point, could I do like a nature check or something to ascertain like what wind coming from a cavern means? Like, does that mean that there is,
Yeah, go ahead and make
you
a.
know, like
Yeah.
make a
Alex
check.
bullshit was right, Maggie.
Yeah.
Don't worry about it.
I'll say with these guys wittering about stuff, that'll count as them helping you think about this. So
That's
I'll
good.
take
That's
that.
good. That's good.
Thank you.
That's because I'm right. No idea.
Oh, nat 20. So
Let's go.
26.
Sick.
Nat 20. Hell yeah. A couple things you gather from this is one, Yeah. Like the Underdark is a layer beneath the Goredark and is made up of massive caverns and has its own, almost like weather. So yeah, wind coming from somewhere is most likely could well be coming from that. But also, the Goredark is its own underground ecosystem that has wind that passes through it, and this kind of warm, sweet smell seems to be very indicative of that. So wherever this wind is coming from is essentially deeper.
Ah.
Yeah, so Marigold will kind of be like, well, from what I can think, I guess wind would just mean that it goes deeper to somewhere else, right? And that's kind of the main goal right now.
I feel like, yeah, that's where we're trying to go, so...
And generally the path so far has kind of been follow the minecart, so...
Yeah, I mean, I guess, I feel like the deeper we're going, the better, so...
Yeah.
I am not.
We don't have water this time.
this type of environment, so I'll just follow you.
Me neither, it's my first time, but I just know a lot about caves and stuff.
Yeah, more than I do, but to be fair, it's the Goredark. So maybe if we go back
what
to like a
happens.
real Underdark, maybe I'll be a bit
It's
more
what
in my
happens when you're connected with the weave, Ashura. You know things.
the what? No, it's just the weave. No. Weave is just like you make tapestries with it. It's not a thing.
No,
Yeah.
Ashura.
I know.
What the weave is.
I know. I am
Marigold's talking
joking.
Marigold's like, okay.
No,
You
it's
guys had this conversation while moving in any
yeah.
direction?
We're moving.
yeah,
We're
yeah.
moving.
Okay.
We'll
Okay,
start
okay.
walking down the tunnel.
Yeah, and I'm also kidding. God damn it! Like, sure, it's.
I don't know, you sounded pretty sincere.
At one point,
I love the idea of sure every time he makes like an item or like whenever he tries like to do some magical stuff, he just like I don't know, I just put stuff on a
Marigold is literally
and it
sat there
works.
Like, where do you think your bard music comes from? But okay.
I
Yeah.
think it's more like whenever Ashura tries to be sarcastic, people just assume he's dumb.
Exactly, which is fucking, and it just I
And
don't
I
understand
mean-
why.
He leans into it.
He leans into it definitely. Do you know why? Because no one then expect him to do like some amazing plan out of nowhere. That's exactly
That's
it.
true.
It's a
Trust me, buddy, I
hydrate.
know exactly what you mean.
No, not for you. Not for you. It's a hydrate, babies. Hydrate.
Hydrate?
Oh,
Yes.
hydrate.
I'm drinking more piss.
Cheers.
So,
Hmm.
as all of
Drinking
you,
fey water.
as all of you progress down this tunnel, you find the stony floor and the kind of rusted iron rails of this minecart track quickly become obscured by a very soft and spongy floor. It's almost like walking across a marsh where it is like a thick layer of like grass and plant matter with like water really close to the surface, and it feels like slightly wobbly. And it's weird. And alongside the kind of floating globules of light that follow you from Ashura's spell, you begin to see clusters of various plants that seem to be glowing. It seems more scatterings of kind of orange beads of light, it's almost like someone threw fairy lights over a bush, but they're kind of glowing like a soft orange glow. As you progress down, this wind begins to smell more strongly of that sweet scent. And there comes a point where you feel that wobbling of the ground seems to like move by itself. It almost shuffles you underfoot, and you see this kind of movement kind of ripple across the walls and go down the tunnel ahead of you. As it does so, the lights in these various mushrooms like flash and pulse, and you see like almost like a light show go down the tunnel ahead.
We're being peristalsist.
Like it's cool, but I don't like it.
We're in an intestine.
While we're traveling, could I keep out an eye for like creatures that may be around that aren't very nice?
Go ahead and make a perception check.
So you don't keep an eye around for
At-
creatures that
At disadvantage,
maybe not?
because you only have really dim light around you and not very
Well,
far.
I rolled a 3 on the first one.
Nice.
let's
on the
get-
die. So
Can I assist?
I don't think it matters too much. That comes out to a 9 in total.
A 9.
Proud of you,
You
dude.
look around and you don't see any creatures moving. You don't see any like bugs skittering across the walls. You don't see any like creepy crawlies. And actually, as you're looking, you notice like your vision's almost like it's receding. An almost kind of faded quality has begun to fill the air. The diffusion of the light from both the globules and the kind of glowing mushrooms seems almost like street lights in early morning when the fog rolls in. It's this creepy, eerily beautiful thing, but it fills you more with fear in this alien and dark space. For every moment and everything that you can't see fills you that slight terror of the unknown. But after a few seconds, the rest of you begin to realize there is some kind of mist or fog. Markos,
Which way did the ripple move?
downwards,
Deeper in.
deeper in.
We're being swallowed.
But like, wait. If we're being swallowed and we're moving this way, are we like consciously?
This is David just freaking out. Like,
Right.
OOC.
We're just
Yeah,
we're just
okay.
walking into someone's
Yeah,
stomach
yeah,
and your
we
lungs
agree.
right now.
Okay, so what do we do, OOC, you guys? Because we're just
Well,
gonna go.
What you do first. What you do
OOC, we
first.
continue cautiously.
Yeah.
Guys.
What you do first is make a Constitution saving throw.
Ah, fucking hell.
Ah!
No. Is this
This
against...
does not affect you, Newt.
Is this poison?
This
Yeah.
seems to be some kind of poison. Or poison-ish effect.
Okay.
Whatever it is, Newt, you seem to be immune to it.
He's just like...
By the way, guys, the chat is saying that
Guys.
failing is great, so we should all
what's
fail.
that?
That's what you guys are
Guys.
saying. So, yeah.
I rolled for me and Hemlock and I rolled a 2 and a 3.
Oh, no.
Oh.
It's because of the chat, you guys. It's because of the chat. Hina just said
what did
failing
they
is
say?
great.
Chance is like, failing is great.
Yeah, failing
Alex.
is great.
Wait, Alex, what did the chat say?
That failing is great, and that we
Failing
should.
is great.
Yeah, and then we should all
So-
fail.
Losing is fun.
So Marigold rolled a 7 and Hemlock rolled a 4.
Okay. Newt, no, Markos, and
Seven-
Ashura, what do you guys get?
17.
Natural 20, total 22.
Alrighty.
It's always the druids. Why?
The boys, you guys begin to, you hear for a second Hemlock kind of lean into her arm and cough slightly, and as you do so, you see this kind of mist filling the air, and you immediately bring up like parts of your clothing and your shirt up over your mouth, and you manage to withhold from whatever this mist is. But Marigold and Hemlock immediately like cough for a moment and slump to the ground unconscious.
So okay, Markos like breathes in the mist and like
Wait,
the
shit!
taste.
I have to roll for Willow too.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Okay. Oh. I have my. It's cool. Roll for Willow and David. You wanted to do something first, so we'll go.
Yeah, I just like to imagine because I've got the armor of poison resistance, and Andrew described it as having
Oh,
like
yes,
a
it's a
small
cool mask, isn't it?
mouthpiece with
Yeah.
Oh, I say yeah.
That's right.
tubes. I imagine he just like pulls that up after being like, "Careful of the air, guys," and then. Oh shit!
There is a bit of a bump.
Ah, maybe a bit late.
Willow rolled a 10.
Let's go.
Willow
Everyone is
also
dead.
seems to slump to the ground unconscious.
Guys,
Can Ashura?
Ashura,
Yes.
Azure,
I fucked everyone in my possession.
Yes, you have. Stop rolling,
Ashura.
Megan. Stop. Yes.
I just double checked my notes. Azure, like, oh no! You like gasp with a proper animated little, "Huh?" And then that rush of mist. Ashura, you
17.
also-
17.
17, yeah.
No,
You,
wait.
like, you feel like a
Temporal
dizziness
shunt on
come you,
myself.
and like have time to slump into the wall, and then you slide down into like the middle of this slowly kind of closing tunnel.
Okay, this is
So,
right.
you know, you was in the lead, right? I think we established that beforehand. So, like, he's just walking forward, like, yeah, this is fine, this is great.
Misty, guys.
What?
Huh?
Andrew, I have a question.
Yes.
Can I do a self like? Okay, so I have healing hands, And if I spend 5 of those healing hands points,
It does not count as a disease.
okay, can I? Okay, well then I can't do anything. I wanted to try to do like a CPR on myself. Yeah, exactly. Okay, well, okay, cool.
Hold your hands out here as you fall unconscious. Just defib yourself.
No, boom. Okay, I'm good.
It is not a disease.
Cool. Anyway, I was joking. Anyway, I'm not.
Yeah.
I'm out.
In this instance, Markos, Nute, the entire rest of your companions slump to the ground. What would you guys like to do?
Nute, wait. I think the air has gotten to. What do we do?
Do I look like someone who knows how to do anything other than punch?
Right. Okay. Hang on. Let me have a look.
Megan, RP the death.
Let me think. Can I roll an intelligence check to see if Markos is able to quickly fashion together like a mouth covering out of like a wet cloth?
You can do that, but for the purposes of like mechanically, having made the saving throw, you are immune to it for a while. And with your for them, yeah, go ahead and make an intelligence check.
Can I check to see if the people who have just fallen unconscious are stable or dying?
Go ahead and make a
That
medicine check.
matters. That's not a D20. Here we go. Yeah. Now, would I be able to get advantage in any way, shape, or form?
No.
That's a nat 1 for a total of 3.
Okay. As you stumble down over them, you're not sure. The panic is beginning to set in the center of your chest, seeing all of your friends, Hemlock and Marigold and Ashura, even Willow, all slumping to the ground. You go down to them. They seem like they're not bleeding out or anything. You can't see any physical signs of injury or distress, but in this moment you are not sure the severity of whatever has come over them to make them fall unconscious.
Okay. Just in case then, I'm not sure how this will work necessarily, or if it will work, but Nute will get out the healer's kits that he bought in town and just like go around and start trying to use what he can on these different people.
Okay.
Basically, take an action and I can stabilize a creature on 0 hit points.
Okay, I'll say taking a second. I'll say you make up one use of those, but as you like get down and spend a bit of time poring over one of your compatriots, you again there's no wound to dress. There's no problem with them, and as you're kind of poring about like what you could do to be helpful, you see them all breathing relatively stably, and they do appear to be fairly stable. Ashura, you are still walking. The walls of the tunnels seem to be constricting around you. It's getting claustrophobic and dark. You can see just to about 120 feet away, and blackness is all that pursues both ahead and behind.
That checks out.
You keep pushing forward, and a very familiar feeling begins to dig a nest in the center of your chest of aimlessness, of being lost, not knowing where or what to do. And in a moment, as you're striving through these winding labyrinthine tunnels, what do you do?
Oh no.
Anyone with me? Or am I completely alone?
It looks like you're alone.
Well, I think forward kind of works. Yeah. Alright,
Okay.
yeah. Yeah, forward, I guess.
You keep pushing forward. The tunnels don't seem to change. They fork and they twist and diverge. The tunnel seems to veer off left and to the right. One appears to go to the left and appears to go upwards. One appears to go down and to the right. Which way do you turn?
Right.
Okay. You keep venturing down through the darkness, striving downwards. And in that fraction of a moment, when you see one veering up and one right, and your mind switches quickly and decisively to go down, to go deeper, you feel something massive. Not physical, you feel a pressure peering, looming, alien, peering into you. Why did you turn right?
Because it was kind of, I didn't know where it was going, so right seemed different. Wait, where am I going?
You feel the presence recede. As you're pushing down and to the right, the tunnels continue to get tighter and tighter. And blackness fills the entirety of your vision. Until there is no forward, there is no back.
Can I see my hands?
No. Marigold.
Sorry, can I just... the way Alex just went,
It's like you gotta imagine, is it the entire room around me is black, or is it I just see darkness?
I know, it just really made me laugh because you're like, can I see my hands?
If I can see my hands, everything is fine.
My hands.
No hands? Damn it.
Oh, it just made me laugh,
Okay.
sorry.
Alright.
Continue.
Marigold. You see, you're in a massive cavern, descending slowly down a slope, and there are strange trees and vines and bushes grasping at you, pulling. You can pull away from them, but with every moment that you don't move, you feel them grasping hold of your feet. You look around you and you see your friends. They're blurred out. You can't make out faces. You can't tell who is who, but there is just something. As you push forward and you hear like a deep breath and a yell of exhaustion as one of your friends pulls through a vine, it's a familiar voice. In this moment, you can't tell who. It's not Nute, or is it? You can't quite tell. You lose sight of them for a moment, and then you see another one that comes across. Markos? Or is it Hemlock? They're kind of taller than you. They're slender. You're not quite sure which one. You see a stocky figure. No, that's Nute. Or was it? No, it's... No, they definitely look dwarven, but you're not quite sure who. As these shadowed out, blurred figures are keeping pace with you. They seem to be following you. You see ahead, these trees and vines get thicker. You see the branches lean down to grasp at you, but beyond, illuminated by daylight that shines from behind you, you see a gaping void. A tunnel seems to widen as this cavern comes to an end, and in your heart you know this tunnel leads down into the depths of the black and the unknown. Behind you, you feel that warmth of daylight behind. You push forward, striving for this entrance to this cave, but as you do, the trees and vines grasp ever harder, and you hear more yells of pain and anguish from your friends. But they're following you. What do you do?
I don't know, man. I want to go back and try and help.
As you push across through this terrain trying to find your friends, you get to them and they're not there. They're there, the image of them is present, but they seem almost like visions. And as you reach your hand out to grasp one of these blurred out figures, it's almost like they vanish and reappear a few feet away, still pushing forward. They're not stuck. They're not. It's strange. They both are and aren't. They seem to glitch back and forth. Sometimes in a moment they're struggling through a vine, and in another they're pushing forward and breaking free of these tendrils and pushing forth. And in your heart you feel that fear, that questioning of pushing down into this dangerous and dark and unknown place. You feel the warm daylight and safety behind you. You begin to feel you can't stay in this place. You have to choose. What are you doing?
I guess I will go towards the light.
Okay. As you're turning around and pulling toward the light, the branches begin to recede and let go. And in the last moment before the light becomes all that you can perceive, you find yourself pausing, turning and looking back over your shoulder toward this entrance to the depths, this hole in the rock. And you begin to remember, why are you going down there? Your friends are with you, these blurred, shadowed figures. There's 1, 2. There's 5 of them. Do you turn and face the light?
I don't know.
But does Marigold?
No.
What does Marigold do?
I don't know.
She just stopped moving.
T-pose.
T-pose.
Like, you joke, but like she doesn't want to leave, but she also doesn't want to stay. So it's hard.
Encourage the friends to move then?
I guess, yeah, like, could I try and, like, reach out with my magic and, like, fucking druidcraft or whatever, and, like, try and help them free themselves?
Mm-hmm.
Is that a thing I can try and do?
Yeah. As you feel out towards your companions who are keeping pace with you, you feel some of the vines and the reaching branches and twigs that are grasping at them back off slightly, and they join you at the edge of this cavern. But you still feel that choice of descending into the unknown black or returning to the daylight.
I mean, I don't know. Do my friends want to leave?
As you glance between these kind of blurred, faceless figures, you still feel this kind of bond with them. You know that these are your friends, but they seem faceless and almost emotionless. They're following you. They seem... It's your vision.
Yeah, okay, I know, but like...
They seem to be looking to you trustingly.
I'm gonna take everyone into the light. I don't know.
Hands in hands, let's go.
And at last I
That
you-
seems like the nice option.
As you
If
step,
only this
Push
was
everyone in the
tangled.
dark hole.
as you step into the light, there is a fraction of a moment. It could be seconds, it could be hours, of when brightness and light fills your senses. And your heart stops for a brief moment as the reason that you were descending into the black catches up with you. Your goal of going down into the black depths. And for a second you almost wish you could go back, but then there is only whiteness. Markos, Nute, standing in this tunnel, and these three of your friends and Willow have all collapsed on the ground.
Are you gonna tell me you're not gonna describe Willow's nightmare to me?
Carrots everywhere. He doesn't know where to go.
In front of him,
A rabbit hole.
there's a really dark tunnel. That's and behind him, there's a really light, bright tunnel. It smells like friends.
Yeah, but
Carrots or friends?
that, or Willow sees a giant version of Nitwit, and is now feeling threatened as his position
Fight
as
to
the
the
party's
death.
man. And has to decide whether he will fight for his position
Oh
or
my
cede
God.
it to Big Nitwit.
He sees a giant nitwit and is initially threatened, but realizes that actually it's not orange because it's a fox. The giant nitwit is orange because it's made out of carrots.
Oh my god. And the more you look at it, the more it's just carrots.
It's like Madagascar. I can just sees the steak.
Yeah. When they changed him to Zebra guy, his name I forget.
So Andrew, did you manage to
Oh,
create
God,
a scary
sorry.
atmosphere? I feel like you did. I feel like you did.
Mm.
It's very
I
scary.
haven't even written my whole backstory yet, and Andrew is already using it to traumatize me.
You're already dead. You're already dead, Marigold.
This
Boom.
didn't have to be a trauma dream.
No, see, mine was just.
Markos, Nute.
lost.
I got a 12 on just a general intelligence check to figure out if wrapping wet bandage around their face to kind of like filter the air is a good idea.
You, considering as you kind of move around and you see Nute also beginning to try and do something to help, you also gather that they do appear to be stable. And so whatever it is that has knocked them unconscious, while there maybe are things you could do to wake them, it doesn't appear that the actual breathing of this mist is going to be harmful.
Okay, it's just like an initial reaction, but now we're used to it. It's fine.
Yeah.
In that case,
Marcos,
shall we
do you have
try to-
healing?
I mean, we can just try to shake them awake first.
Oh yeah, there's that. Give him a shake.
That was Ashura.
You shake your bard a good deal, but he doesn't seem to stir.
Of course not. He was shaken, not stirred.
I like that. That was good. That was good. That was good.
You slap him hard enough to deal 1 hit point of damage.
Ah, fuck off.
Not him that hard.
It doesn't seem to wake him.
Okay.
Okay.
Well,
Andrew's forcing us to take a long rest.
I can try.
Fucking sleep.
Try some healing magic.
It's better than nothing.
I'll go over to Marigold and just very gently, just like put like just fingertips on her forehead and like whisper under my breath and channel in some nature magic. Give her a level 1 cure wounds.
Go for it. Go
Oh.
roll some healing.
It's just 1d8. Is it 2d8? You get 11.
Nice, I'm on full health now. Thanks,
Let's
bro.
go.
You
Hey.
receive that healing, Markos. You feel the spell take effect, and whenever leftover wounds Marigold had sustained begin to heal over. But she doesn't stir from this slumber.
Fuck's sake.
As you're poring over your allies, considering ways to deal with this, you hear a slight creaking sound. As you glance around, you see like a shifting, glowing blue begin to approach from lower down in this tunnel. Gets a little bit closer, and you see what appears to be like a 5-foot wide, like, disc
What?
with almost like beard veils descending from like a curtain dotted with small glowing blue dots. The veil seems to sway slightly as this large hooded cap kind of dips slightly, hunching to fit through this tunnel. And pushing out of this veil, you see a long, kind of woody stalked leg, almost. Take a step, then another. There's this strange, maybe 10-foot tall mushroom.
I know.
This enormous wide cap and this kind of draped veil of dotted glowing blue steps a little closer.
Newt is going to position himself in between the mushroom and the friends. And just as an extra measure, is going to take a real deep breath and become himbo and be big.
Okay. You cast enlarge and you begin to swell to fill a large portion of this tunnel. The Myconid slows as it sees you taking a defensive stance. As it gets closer, it kind of parts the veil and you see 1, 2, and then 3 crooked hands. They're just like splayed sections of hardened, kind of stalky mushroom flesh, but they reach out like spindly branches of arms. And it kind of bows the cap low, the veil kind of bunches on the ground. No, you recognize this to be if this was a static mushroom, this would be a bonyari, a slightly hallucinogenic mushroom, often used to make alcoholic beverages and things. They don't usually walk around.
It's a
But
very
this one does seem to
specific
like
one.
offer its 3 hands out, and its large, wide cap kind of bows down slightly.
So, is it looking aggressive? Like, is it still approaching, or is it stopped? And
It's stopped like 20 feet away. It's like seeing you get kind of defensive. It's slowed.
Note, what is it?
It's well, it's a mushroom that shouldn't be walking. It has slightly hallucinogenic properties.
That might explain our friends here.
Takes another step towards you guys.
Are they hallucinating?
Well, I don't know. They might be.
Like reaches under its veil, and it like there's a scratching sound, and there's a little kind of puff of like spores that fall from its gills beneath the cap.
So, does it look like this thing is emitting the spores that have
No,
been breathed in? Okay.
it seemed like mist seemed to fill the tunnel
Okay.
earlier on. This thing is like just walking, and like a little bit of like dust and like powder almost falls from under its veil when it like scratches underneath it.
During my ranger training, I ate a mushroom that was bad, and it gave me weird dreams. I don't know.
Takes another step.
Wait, stop.
Takes another step.
I said stop. Can you speak?
Hmm.
Takes another step.
Does it look like it's coming towards us standing people, or is it heading more towards the unconscious people.
The tunnel is maybe 15 feet wide, so they're the same direction.
Okay, fair.
And you guys interpose yourself, so it's getting closer. It's moving slowly. It has all three of its kind of arms kind of like exposed, so you can see kind of the claw-like grasped ends of its arms. As it gets to like 10 feet away from you, Nute, like bows its head again slightly, and it reaches up, like scratches and kind of like catches some of the falling powder, and it like reaches its arms, like two of its three arms up towards you, and its large cap kind of bows again, its veil kind of bunching up on the edges of its arms and the ground around, creating this like glowing kind of, you know those like those beaded, like hanging bead doors. It's like it's surrounded with those, but like every fifth bead is glowing blue.
Okay. Considering my knowledge of this mushroom as is, do I know of any like medicinal properties it has that might be useful in this situation?
Go ahead and make a nature check.
Hell yeah. It might be intelligence, but I'm proficient in it. That's a 13?
13. A regular Bonyari can be a little bit harmful if you have too much of it. It's normally the juice that comes out of the glowing blue beads of its veil. As far as the rest of its spores go, you're not aware of any particular properties it might have. However, this thing is walking around and has arms and legs, so it's probably not super normal.
Markos, am I going crazy, or does it look like this mushroom might be trying to help?
I don't know what it is doing.
Like shoves its hands a little bit closer towards like.
Newt's just gonna like hold out his hands sort of cupped in the same kind of way to see if it just like to see how it reacts.
It like takes like a grasp of this powder and like it still kind of fades and drips, and in the kind of this like still misty orange glowed tunnel, it's this really strange kind of misty blue glow coming from this thing as it kind of picks up some of the powder and puts it in your hand, and it kind of like takes hold of your hand and pushes it towards your own face. Like not too forcefully, but like it's like guiding your hand towards your own face.
Can I insight check the walking mushroom?
Go ahead and roll an insight check against the rolling mushroom.
The rolling mushroom?
Yep, it can roll too. It's a
Nice.
Beyblade. It spins around.
Just thinking of those enemies from Earthbound, the rambling mushroom. I've got Earthbound music in my head now. Insight, 18 plus 7, 25.
25. Its motions have been very slow, non-aggressive. You have no idea what the intentions might be of this mushroom. However, from its actions being so unaggressive, it doesn't appear to take any outwardly harmful actions.
It's being very non-violent.
Yeah, like, it could be a deception. Your insight cannot peer into its actions beyond that, as they are such alien creatures. However, it doesn't make logical sense for it to make an aggressive action or deception towards one of you while you're still standing off to the side.
Like, Newt's just holding this in his hand, just turns to Markos like, well,
But it would also make sense to try and make you poison yourselves, as the rest of your party are all incapacitated.
I just kind of turned to Markos like, well, I'm usually like fine
Well,
with
you're-
poison stuff anyway,
Both
so
of us are pretty good with poison.
should I just do it?
Try it. If it goes wrong, I'm right here.
Alright. And Newt's gonna just
As you poof the spores into your face, you cough briefly, and you immediately. It's a feeling like your eyeballs are doing backflips. For those of you that drink, it's that moment of when you get drunk to the point when you close your eyes, it feels like you're spinning.
I hate that moment.
You hear voices, broken, fragmented, of not language, but just sound that seems to be formed like words until they settle
Poop.
into just a presence in your mind. And it
I'll
is-
be like talking out loud as like
No.
and saying, describing what's happening if I can. No, okay.
No. It is coming from in your mind, and as you open your eyes and kind of take a step back, it is massive. You are hearing it within your mind, but it's almost as if there are a million mouths that surround you for hundreds of meters all around you. And as it speaks, there is a slight kind of delaying echo. Like this we can speak. 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 And it kind of echoes and shimmers in different voices and tones.
This is
I can
Not-
help. I can help. I can help them. And it kind of gestures towards the sleeping members of your party.
Nute, what happened? Are you okay? You look a little dazed.
I'm hearing voices. Possibly
Okay.
Takes a pinch and offers it towards you, Markos.
possibly this one's voice.
I'll just like accept a bit into my hands.
Sprinkle, sprinkle, sprinkle.
Mushroom person,
Just be careful it doesn't get up your nose, it stings.
raise your left hand if you can understand me.
It doesn't stop moving in its own kind of almost like waving manner, but it doesn't seem to respond and raise its hand.
Well, in for a penny.
Wait, what's a penny?
Pulling down like your gas mask extension of your poison armor, you inhale these spores and the same feeling
Huff
overtakes you. Yeah, the same feeling overtakes you of that kind of spinning, back flipping dizziness for a second, and you feel this same presence, not pushing into you, but just all around you. It doesn't even feel like it's coming directly from this myconid that stands before you. It's like it's coming from the walls and the floor and the ceiling and in front of you and behind.
Everywhere there's fungus,
Everywhere that's fungus.
and the myconid's a part of it.
Yeah.
I can help your. I can help your friend. I can help your friends. And it gestures towards them again.
How?
It takes a step to walk past you, and it takes like a handful of the veil, mycelium that kind of descends down and shrouds. Like if it were to stand still, it would almost be like a full curtain around it. It takes a handful and almost wrings it out, and kind of slightly glowing blue, like slime, almost like gathers on its hands. And it continues walking, and it stoops down low over Marigold. Its third hand like picks up the back of her head and lifts it slightly, kind of like the jaw opens.
Newt is gonna like let this play out, but stand right nearby. We'll also turn to Markos to be like, just stay on standby. We might need some healing.
Its hand kind of unceremoniously shoves some of this glowing blue slime into Marigold's mouth.
So
And-
teach you decorum.
As it withdraws almost instantaneously, Marigold, out of this bright light vision, you kind of blink, you see stars dancing in front of your eyes for a moment, and then they settle in a soft blue, and you find yourself looking up, and you're looking up at this kind of veil of like pale white and dotted glowing blue, this massive cap of a mushroom just above you, and this weird, slightly tangy, slightly kind of well, almost burns taste.
Like
Weird.
hot soup.
It was a blue tango ice blast.
Like soup.
David, check the mic,
Really
'cause-
hot soup.
yeah, check the mic, because no one. I mean,
It's like someone just reduced down like blue slushy syrup.
oh no. So Megan, did your opinion on soup change? I guess
No.
no. Okay.
Mushroom soup is good for you.
mushroom soup is good for you.
People are still fighting about it on my Twitter.
Yeah, I mean,
Let them fight for now.
Yeah.
And like, I'm not looking at it or replying
Mushroom
right now,
soup.
obviously, but I keep getting fucking notifications.
With its free hand, it takes another kind of pinch of the spores from its own cap and like sprinkles it above you. And as you're like coming to, you feel something like land on your face, and immediately you are sent back into a dizzy spin. And you blink again, and you can hear this kind of whispering hush. And even when it's not talking directly to you, you can hear something. All three of you now can hear some kind of activity throughout this immense presence.
Nute will like
entered the hive mind.
kneel down and check on Marigold. Just make sure she's fine. Bring her into
Yeah,
like a little bit of a hug.
Like, as
Make sure
I
she's comforted.
wake up and all of this is going on, I'll just be like, oh,
Oh,
hello.
it's okay. It's okay. It's not aggressive.
Aw,
It seems like
Stands
it's
and
cute.
proceeds to do the same to Ashura, and then Hemlock, and lastly to Willow.
Wait. Do, I kind of try and reach out to the mushroom person and say, wait, him
Seems to
last.
hear you.
Him last. And I point to Ashura.
Its large disc-like hooded cap kind of like tilts to one side.
It's like,
Please,
What?
it'll be funny, trust me.
It will be funny, trust me. The mic on it is like, yes, funny, a concept I know.
Goes and does Willow first.
yeah. Oh yeah, Nute is really big, by the way. When
Still.
you wake up.
Yeah, it's in like massive swole mode.
You tried the pufferfish
I've
technique.
I've seen you big before.
Yeah.
Become himbo.
So wait, when you went to the side of Marigold, you were just like, oh, you okay?
You picked me up in like one hand.
Yeah.
Oh, he lifted your head off the ground, like
Yeah.
like propped your head up so that
With just his pinky finger, just managed to just like lift your head up.
Oh.
Nute's basically like Goliath size right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No.
It's not that big.
Yeah, but like okay, yeah, but like you're still large
like
because of
7
yours.
feet.
Yeah,
He
he's
is
7
a
feet,
big,
but 7
very
feet.
wide boy.
Yeah, 7
He's
feet
like
wide.
7 feet wide.
Yeah, exactly.
Anywho, as this Myconid awakens Willow, it then moves to do Ashura last. Poke, sprinkle, and then stands up and kind of recedes to its position at the front of the tunnel in front of all of you.
What? Oh.
We needed to find out why you wish to enter the colony.
I'm sorry.
Oh.
Oh. Right.
I'm-
So
My apologies. We didn't know we were entering a colony.
colony.
What is it? What is it that you seek?
We're trying to get to the Underdark.
Yeah. Andrew.
Yes.
What do I know about myconids?
Make a nature check for me.
All right. That's an 11 plus. Oh my god, I am so good in nature. It's like my main thing. 13. So plus 2.
13?
You all believe
They
it.
are a species isn't the right term. Mushrooms grow
Thing.
all throughout the Underdark and the Goredark, but the Goredark is still in places infused with that animating magic that created the Tyrannima and the Titans in the first place. So mushrooms that grow in large colonies in the Goredark can sometimes become animated by that same kind of sentient humanoid kind of magic.
Vibe.
Myconids are sometimes what comes out of those. Sometimes they spread into the Underdark and create colonies there.
Okay.
You haven't, with a 13, I don't think you've encountered a full Myconid colony
Okay.
that you've known about.
But are
But
they?
you know that you passed through this. You came out at Weatherwall, which means you came
Yeah.
close to whatever this is, but you don't remember it.
Okay. Any So when I was in the army, were there any like situation where there were a fight with myconids or just any?
No.
No. There's no reason for Ashura to be wary of them, right? From his past knowledge, apart from it being a moving mushroom.
From
But-
yeah, like weird, be cautious, but
Yeah.
apart from that,
Okay.
no,
Okay.
no specific information or experience that would lead you to be
Coolio.
massively like overcautious or expecting malevolence.
I would like to specify on Hemlock's behalf that she is just like taking in everything possible about these myconids, like because Hemlock's a very like analytic person when it comes to things she gets excited about. So I feel like she's just like, I don't know, maybe she's writing down some stuff, maybe she's just like looking at all of it.
She's like looking at these filaments that come down from the edge of the mushroom's cap, but from like behind the mushroom, the myconid, so it can't like see her, and she's just like, oh wow, amazing.
At what point do you actually just go, just as a possible precaution, I don't suppose we could get just like one of those wake up juice.
You won't need that.
I mean, just as a
Was it you who made our friends sleep?
It was us. It was us.
Okay.
I think it was a precautionary measure because we are, you know, on our way to their colony apparently, so they just want to make sure we're not going to hurt anyone.
Better
mean-
than filling us with arrows if we approach a unfamiliar
That's fair.
settlement.
But
You seek something in the Underdark.
yeah,
Yes.
Voices continue to echo, kind of echoing every like hard end of a word.
we're looking for.
Why is there so much conflict in you? And although this thing has no face, there is no front or back of this thing. But
Look at that.
whatever presence it is that
Who's the fucked up
surrounds
one here?
and speaks to all of you, it seems to be peering at you, Marigold.
Ah,
Oh,
shit.
no!
Hey, you're the
No!
fucked up one. Hey.
No! Well, I understand you probably saw whatever hallucination I just had while I was asleep, but I, would rather not have a chat about it with a mushroom I've never met before.
So
You
they
wish
did
to
have
pass
suspicions.
through our hut to your destination. The motive of this travel matters to us. Your intentions matter to us.
Okay, well, my intention is to go to the Underdark, find an entrance to the elemental plane of Earth, collect 25,000 gold's worth of diamonds, and then go and find an elf to bring my wife back from the dead. Is that good enough for you?
Pretty much sums it. Yep.
Checks out.
The presence
out.
doesn't seem to react or recoil to that for a moment. And it leans in. This kind of psychic presence, seems to go closer. You may pass through here. You may pass through here, but you must abandon this fear.
Giving you a pep talk.
I don't know if you have been on the surface at all, but there is quite a lot to be scared of up there. And down here, for that
Yeah,
matter.
I was gonna say. I feel like
There is
Did you
much.
do
There
a
is
save?
much. There is much to fear everywhere.
That's fair. But
It's true.
to be fair, the nearest goal for us is just to reach my people. So if it's you must have seen some of like me or and I'm pointing to Nute, like people like us, right? So if you could just maybe point us in the direction and we'll be off. We don't want anything to do with we don't want to perturb you or do anything, we just want to be
We
cautious.
intend no harm.
Yeah, that
No harm
what he
and
said.
no business with you.
Yeah.
If you would prefer, I don't know. We can. We're entirely neutral.
Yeah. Just whatever side you are, we're with you. Or
Have you heard of Switzerland?
This myconid seems to kind of turn. You can't really tell it has like 3 legs and 3 arms and doesn't really have a front, but it begins to prepare to move away.
Alright.
Could one of you with advantage or 2 of you make a persuasion check?
That's my job.
That's the bond, boys.
The big face
Yeah.
man.
Let's
I
go.
was gonna say who has good persuasion.
Huh. Alright. First roll is an 8. Second roll is an 18. Plus persuasion plus 11. 29 people. The men.
29 people.
Yeah,
Wow.
29. 29
That's
in
how many you
persuasion.
can persuade at once.
Yes, exactly. I persuaded him
Any
that
more
we
than
are
that, it doesn't
completely and utterly neutral. We have
I
no
will
gain
lead
in
you
it.
through here safely. Stay close and do not touch anything.
I like.
We are watching you. Watching you.
Newt is immediately going to take one of Hemlock's hands, whichever one isn't holding the staff.
So like
That's a
what?
good idea.
What about the floor? Do we touch it? Should we all
Sure.
fly? What?
Sure.
I mean, it's pretty funny. Like,
I know you're just being a little shit.
yeah.
The Myconid begins to walk away, its limbs creaking.
Okay. What if I walk on the walls? Does that? Okay, I'll just stop. It's not funny anymore.
Excuse me, friend. Do you have a name?
As you both think and speak out, when you... It appears that almost like the actual Myconid in front of you still doesn't hear you directly. You're not speaking to the thing in front of you, but you're being heard by everything around you. It doesn't respond to the question. It leads you, however, through this tunnel. You see more and more kind of flourishing groves and patches of fungus that kind of flare up with different colors and glowing lights. So much kind of pulse softly, so much almost have like fronds, like seaweed underwater drifting ever so faintly. Eventually the caverns begin to open, the tunnel widens, and you find yourselves in a strange place. Filled with massive mushrooms that parts of them seem like they're the rock that is the walls, and then sections of them are mushrooms that have massive sweeping caps and fronds and shelves that make up the environment around here. It's almost like you're inside of hundreds of interconnecting tunnels, and where every kind of thin part rests, there is a kind of a flourishing forest, as if 100 blood vessels once lay here and have since flourished into a forest. Almost like that's exactly what happened.
It's almost as if.
Is it
Yeah.
less gross than normal Goredark?
It's different, and I
Is it
think by the
more-
way,
more
that
like-
yeah, it is less gross.
It's like deep forest mushrooms and
Yeah,
stuff instead of like I'm inside a giant rotting corpse.
yeah. It's not flesh. It's all mushroom. And as you step, sometimes even the ground beneath your feet seems to glow with like a little, as each footfall sets off a little, and occasionally little kind of traces of light spread out from this, and you see it travel across the ground and then up a small branch of a tree, and then another few little kind of glowing spores detach and kind of drift to the ground.
Yeah.
Everything here seems interconnected. It's almost like there's like webbing that ties some like ledges together that seem like soft, thin mycelium that creates almost like these nets and sails to these sweeping structures that could be the sails of boats or beautiful buildings or twisting natural caves or the branches of trees in a dense forest. And then it goes ahead and beyond, far out of sight. As this Myconid kind of
Very.
pauses whenever you slow down and kind of gestures with like the arm on its back that you kind of keep close, and you see an immense kind of dark brownish black looking, well, it looks almost like a massive dead tree, but but at its ends rather than leaves, it splays out into like large shells. Newt, you recognize this to be a massive zirkwood tree, a kind of fungus that grows very, very sturdy and hard. And you see one of its massive roots. And it seems to climb like a shapeless, formless spider with 100 legs and no up, down, face, or back. Just seems to move itself throughout this immense network of tunnels and ledges, just reaching slowly and lazily like a massive treant of mushroom.
Whoa.
Mushroomant?
A mushroomant.
A mushroom. Okay.
No, wait, but it is a mushroom. Damn.
I am just OC guys. I am so sad for Riona not being here today.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's like mushrooms
This
everywhere.
is Riona's bag.
Like this is. I'm so fucking sad. Like she would. Fuck.
Don't worry, I will package this up into almost like a one-person D&D session to allow Hemlock to feel this place and to react to
Fair
what
enough.
he's,
Thank you. And
like along this travel. So Riona will feel all of this.
I don't feel so bad.
Yeah,
I just wish we could see how excited they would be right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
they will be, and then you'll all be together soon, and you can chat
In
excitedly
death.
about
Look,
the right
let's
Yeah.
just
colours of
let's
mushroom.
just long rest here with this fungus dude and just chill out. Let's just move in. These guys seem great.
That's true.
Spend the rest of the session chilling with the mushrooms.
Yeah.
Because you're like thinking to yourself, like, these guys are great. You see more and more of these various mushrooms. Nute and Ashura, you recognize a lot of these are like the staples of flora of the Underdark. And some of them remain still, some of them are absolutely massive versions of what you're used to, and many of them, especially the ones that could move, begin following you. As you're being kind of kept close by this kind of trudging three-legged Bonyari, you see not the massive one, but another kind of tall, darkish brown zirkwood tree kind of follows along. And you can feel that presence watching you. That kind of entity that is in your mind listening, that has spoken with 1,000 voices, just watching you. And you feel while these things seem peaceful and to have no ill will, you can feel there is a very watchful eye on you. It begins leading you down these kind of pathways and ledges, these bridges across chasms that open into this many-layered forest. There are sections of it which are just water slides. Like the myconid that you're actually with stops walking and it gestures, and there's a section of a shelf fungus that goes along one of these long slides, and water trickling down from above lines it, and it kind of the slight slick skin of the mushroom, it just kind of like clambers onto it and begins to slide down, and it looks for a second like a jellyfish on dry land. Like as the big veil kind of blooshes up around it, and it's like and slips on down. Are you guys following suit?
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna follow that.
Yeah.
Because if there's anything in particular that you want
slide
to
part
react to or do throughout this description of travel, hands up and shout out and stuff.
Yeah.
Slide part 2, Mike and Boogaloo.
Making it boogaloo. For a few times, like Ashura is gonna get curious and like attempt to touch something, and I'm guessing like either Hemlock just slaps it away, or either like he remembers and see like a glare from like Marigold or Hemlock. So
Let's be real. Hemlock is definitely also trying to touch things. That's why
Yeah.
he's currently holding a hand.
that's
It's
fair.
like Marigold and Markos who are there to keep track of.
Stop!
you.
Stop
You're
it!
like, no.
And
I mean, like-
yeah, go
And,
ahead,
like,
Andrew.
Marigold isn't the type of person to slap your hand. She'll just like gently pull your hand away every time.
And
Like, no.
But shh. Okay.
Markos isn't actually really like paying attention to anyone. He's just looking at everything. This is amazing, and he loves it.
Yeah, it's pretty amazing.
And Marigold is probably also like worrying the hem of her like sleeve or something. She's a little uncomfy with how specific that mushroom was.
Ashura will go on the back. Who's at the back? I guess Marigold.
Yeah, probably.
Okay. He'll get next to you. tapping you on the head, just making sure you're okay. And he'll keep a hand on his hilt and give a lot of looks behind him, just being cautious.
You can see like you aren't being like followed on the slide by like a bunch of other mushrooms, but it is like wherever they stop, there are other like tiny ones there to follow.
Do they do the thing where every time I look, they all stop, and they just be like, you look away, and they just all start moving, and every time you turn back,
like it's almost more disconcerting that it is this constant slow advance, like creeping, and occasionally you see like hundreds of feet away, illuminated by this kind of ever-present soft pastel glow of oranges and blues and greens and pinks, a massive specimen of any one of these kinds. You see one which looks almost like a massive chameleon, which is like walking like upside down along one of these long stretching bridges of rock.
Fuck, that's so cool.
Mushroom, whatever this is. But the back of it seems to be like splayed open, like ribs and hanging tendrils of ragged red and glistening.
How big are we talking about?
Like it might be like 50 feet from end to end.
50 feet.
Like
50 or 15?
Creature
1-5 or
is like
5-0?
5-0.
5-0.
Like this massive upside down creature like walking along one of these like long bridges, and like its back it looks like it's like a blood-eagled person, like it's like ribs torn out the back with hanging tendrils of red. You actually recognize.
Sorry, when you were talking about how the fact that the mushrooms don't follow us down the slide, I was just imagining they're like slowly and like creepily following us, and then suddenly there's like 20 different mushroom people just like go down this slide and like crash at the bottom. It's so unsubtle.
We stand out the water and they all just like thud into our back.
Yeah.
This is why when we're going down the slide, we need to make sure that we go one at a time. There's just not mushroom.
Or we like stack
Fuck
up
off,
when we
fuck
get
off, Jordan.
on
Leave
so
this
that we
place.
slide down together.
Did anyone? No one saw that.
No, we're not,
No
we're
one?
not acknowledging it.
Okay.
We're
fair.
just ignoring it.
Okay.
It's too late. One of you has validated its existence.
Okay, Andrew, please create an atmosphere around us.
I'm trying, man. You and Nute actually both recognize this kind of fungus.
Yeah.
Shitai budumu, or corpse bloom in common, looks like a mass of rotting flesh, but is actually one of the more commonly edible types of fungus harvested within the Underdark. But this is like a 60-foot long walking creature.
That's so cool.
Who's at the front of this slide?
I would say probably Markos, because he was like trying to talk to the mushroom guy, being like, "Hey, what's your name, bud?"
Yeah. Okay. As you kind of you end up spiraling, this shelf slide kind of curls around this pillar that descends at a slight angle, and you can see above where the rest of your party is kind of following around. As you kind of look up, the underside of this shelf is just a mass of like gills that fuse to this pillar, and as someone slides over it, they like light up and glow with a flare of pastel green. And so as you glance up, there's like a brrr, brrr of light, and kind of like dancing green kind of tendrils of light that kind of follow around as each person descends on this slide.
This is
That
pretty
makes me so
impressive.
happy. It's like a theme park.
Yeah. Ashura is taking mental notes about his next
We're-
major image.
We're in the mushroom theme park, everyone.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's it. Woo!
We're on a mushroom helter skelter.
Yeah. Let's go to.
And it's a long one. You're there for like minutes, like quite quickly skidding down this long shelf fungus. It does eventually kind of like flatten out and join a very narrow section, and it like puts one of its hands up to caution you to walk slowly, and kind of shuffles up. Its cap kind of tilts to one side as it kind of like along this kind of narrow ledge. It's easy enough for you guys to follow. And after like quite a long period of walking, it's quite a rapid descent as you're finding these ledges and slopes to skid your way down. But you're traveling for maybe half an hour,
Damn.
45 minutes, an hour of this descending. And even though you're sliding good portions of it, you get to a point where like the clothing near the armor where you're sliding on your ass is starting to get wet and uncomfortable. And from walking down these slopes, your legs are starting to kill. In this day of adventuring, you have trekked over a mountain, walked down a burrow, taken the elevator, and now you're walking for like almost over an hour down these steep inclines. But it means you're making good progress. What would have been an absolute labyrinth of these various twisting pathways being led, you're making very quick time until you reach what appears to be the floor. You can see where these winding tendrils of rock and pillars and archways end. And in this end, you see where a lot of this water now flows into many, many streams and falls through into blackness. This large Bonyari kind of stands over it, its three legs creating like a tripod over this maybe 10-foot wide hole. You see one of its legs kind of grow another 3 or so feet to reach across, and it plants in. You see more fungus and tendrils begin to reach up around it to secure it in place. It offers an arm out to one of you.
Wait. Is that the way down? To the Underdark?
Reached the edge of the colony.
Is it safe? We intend to rest very soon.
I cannot say. And it reaches out one of its long arms.
Shall we, Tim?
In for a penny.
Yeah.
You see Hemlock's face is kind of a bit like, do we have to? I want to stay.
He's like, no, look, we'll come back here, okay? It's fine.
Come on
Look,
holiday.
Next holiday, you know.
Yeah, we'll come to the mushroom colony.
This entire place does count as a plant.
Yeah.
Wow.
Wow.
As one
Does it?
plant? Yeah. One entity, usually.
Does it?
Bits of it do. So, are any of you
guess
taking
it's not
outstretched?
Nope, not sure.
No, thank you. He was very invasive about my emotions.
In
Quite
for a
rude
penny,
mushroom.
in for a pound.
You feel the
If
kind
your
of,
dad will remember you.
kind of weird grasping hand of kind of splayed fingers wrap
Sure.
around yours, and you
Whoa.
feel it like begin to extend and grow and secure itself around your arm.
Get like hyphy reaching up.
Yeah. And it pulls
Intertwining.
you over the void, and for a second you resist before your feet dangle over the blackness. And it plants its other two arms into the ground, stabilizing itself, and its central arm holding Markos begins to grow and lower him deep into the void.
It's Groot.
As it does, you see how like little branches and kind of spines begin to grow out of it, like small handholds and footholds as this arm descends.
That's super slow. You'll be there like at this speed. You'll be there for like years.
It's not super
I
slow.
know.
Like it's taking a minute, but you can almost see now where like small like veins of glowing
David, come back.
mushroom are, like joining in from the sides of the colony into the legs of this large myconid. And as Markos descends out of sight, and this kind of growing ladder into the darkness apparates, are you guys hopping on?
Once again, how does a rabbit climb down a ladder?
Very carefully.
Yep.
We
Very
throw
carefully.
him, and we cast fire on him
Well,
right before he touches the floor.
The ladder is also alive.
Yeah.
I'm sure it can help.
Yeah.
Boost his little rabbit butt.
I mean, otherwise we will have to file a complaint with the Myconid Ecology for a lack of accessibility.
That's true.
Right?
Yeah.
Sure.
Some of us don't have opposable thumbs. You
Exactly. Like,
True.
what's that?
The,
Some of us don't.
mushroom looks at you.
You would throw one.
Oh, thumbs? I know this doesn't have like a direct impact on what's going on here now, but I feel like it might be in Ashura's head. While we went through the I forgot the word. the
Colony.
place, the colony. Thank you very much. Did it feel like there was a culture in the Myconids, or is it very much like a ant colony? Or was there like?
Make a perception check for me.
No, that's fair. I can do that. That's a 12 plus 10, 22.
22.
Not a good roll.
Not so much a culture, more a heavily intertwined ecosystem. More
Okay.
closer to an ant colony. It's like this entire place is one living thing.
Okay.
Superorganism.
So
Your mind keeps kind of drifting into like real world and thinking grave mind, but not that evil.
okay.
But maybe that evil.
Maybe
but
that
not
evil.
that evil.
Because I'm thinking about intentions and what they would want. So if there's no culture, they just try to get food, and if
Yeah, you didn't see any like houses or interaction between any of the kind of moving myconids or
Yeah.
anything.
So when this Myconid is pulling Markos down, I mean letting Markos go down. I'm just gonna ask. By the way, how do you survive here? What do you eat?
All things and all things that enter.
Are we entering? I feel like that's a good question.
You might fight back. It wouldn't be worth it.
That's very fair.
We are level
Like
12.
swallowing like swallowing a thorn.
I want to do a small insight check on that person.
Go for it.
Man.
Roll
by the
an
way,
insight check on Great Mind.
there's
On
an
that-
advantage
on that mushroom.
on that mushroom.
Roll an
Man.
insight check on.
That's a 14 plus 4, 18. Also, there's advantage for Jordan. Well, I don't know if
Yeah.
it's
Talgum me that advantage, baby.
it's by
hell yeah.
by Tal. Thank you, Tal.
Radical Tau. As you like try and ascertain anything of what this strange
It's impossible.
hive mind of mushroom is, it hasn't eaten you,
Yeah. Yeah.
so that kind of reinforces what it said.
But it could be a trap
Beyond
down
that,
there.
Beyond that, you're not sure.
Yep. Okay. Cool. I mean, it's a mushroom. What did I expect?
Yeah.
All right. Cool.
Also, I like how we followed it all of this way for like over an hour, and just now as we're possibly reaching the end, you're like, wait, this might be a trap.
Yeah, because we had no, because we had the chance of like
the end of the
doing
slide
something.
is just a big acid pool.
Yeah. Right. Like that's more
It's
of a
just a mushroom at the bottom with its mouth
like
open.
like that's a more that's more like a trap than just be like go down this hole and you don't know what's in there, rather than let's all go there. Like we could still fight in the colony, but if it
Okay.
just make
So-
us go down in like a hole, like
So,
sorry, yeah.
as Markos continues to descend alone into the void, are the rest of you guys attempting to get onto this descending ladder?
It will follow.
Sure,
Yeah, I guess.
I guess.
And I'll figure out how to get the rabbit down.
As Willow like tentatively approaches, a couple more like larger rungs and like a bit more of a platform does
Thank you.
like apparate, and kind of
Appreciate.
grow out of the stalk, which Willow is uncomfortable, but he does manage to get some purchase on it and manage to kind of
Happy
get
fan.
kind of stable.
You just like hop between them.
It's a platformer game.
Yeah, it's like those mushrooms where the cap like comes up and then kind of makes like an upturned shape. You know, like they
Yeah.
open out real far wide
Yeah.
and kind of concave on themselves.
Yeah.
He just like nestles in those and it just like lowers
Yeah.
it down.
Oh,
Um,
cute.
It is a horrible sense of vertigo for all of you as you descend past it. You look up and you see like this weirdly smooth ceiling, slightly curved with like almost like slightly spreading explosions of color as slight kind of pastel glows go and spread out across. And occasionally there are small breaks in this. So you see some cases where like vine-like mushrooms kind of follow down a stream that is pouring out of a hole or a crack or a fissure. Occasionally small breaks in this surface do kind of let out a more persistent glow from that strange and alien forest above. But as you turn your attention to around you and below, for a solid minute, it is just a void. Wind begins to pick up, now cold, not sweet, but just uncomfortably forceful wind, given that you are clinging to a ladder above who knows how far. You can't see the walls of this cavern until eventually, you first, Markos, and eventually the rest, you begin to see the soft lights of the floor. Clusters of whitish yellow crystal that line sections of a complex, like sections of flooring. Sometimes they kind of reach up and arc into like waves frozen in place of different colored stones, some like white and salt, all poured up together. Some of them like just shards of grayish rock, decorated and flourishing with blooms of much smaller but still glowing mushrooms of various kinds. A little bit further away, however, you can see the crystals are glowing brighter. You can see whatever white and yellow crystals these are seem to flare up, and there's almost like a flash, maybe 100 feet away from you. Ashura and Nute, you're very familiar with what these crystals are. They populate almost all of the Underdark. There is a phenomenon called phaseras. It originates where planes grow close or conjuration magic blurs the lines between planes. And it occurs everywhere, on the surface as well, but on the surface, the wind whips it away before anything can come of it. But in the Underdark, it is trapped and can become concentrated. And where this magically infused wind interacts with these crystals, they glow with a brilliance that illuminates some of your cities. And they are also used as warning signs for where interplanar magic brings visitors. Markos, you first seeing this strange light show begin and the wind pick up. You feel almost like flecks of rain. You wipe it from your face, unsure what this is. You're underground, but it's raining. Until you find your purchase on the hard ground. Water still trickling from above, from that hole that you descended through, you can see has just turned into a vaporized waterfall above that kind of puts this mist in certain sections of the cavern. Eventually, Nute and Ashura, Marigold, Hemlock, Willow, you guys all dismount and find yourselves in this enormous cavern. You can't tell where the walls are of an entrance or an exit. Markos.
Well, I don't know our guide's name who brought us down here, but he seemed like a fun guy.
The hand retracts the ladder and slaps you across the face.
Ashura smites Markos, just kills him on the spot. 200 damage, I roll, it's a crit, you die. You're dead.
Nute holds up a hand for a high five.
Yeah.
Those of you with stupid passive perception, which I think is all of you, notice that slight kind of speck of soft light that you just came through, as you watch this kind of arm retract, the hole itself shrinks and then blinks out as it closes itself.
Like an anus.
Like an anus.
Okay.
But as you all in this moment find a purchase, for the first time for most of you, in the proper Underdark, the lights of these great yellowish quartz crystals illuminating mushrooms around you, creating strange groves of trees and sending their paschal lights skittering across the multicolored minerals and rocks that make up the cavern floor. And Ashura and Nute, as suspicion or caution begins to take into your mind as the wind begins to pick up and the lights begin to flare and grow from the crystals a few hundred feet away. That is where we will take our break. We're going to be gone for about half
Amazing.
an hour. We're going to get ourselves some water, some drinks, some snacks, some things.
Hydrate.
You should do the same. You should go get some
Hydrate.
water. You should go get some snacks. If you don't have anyone with you, you should message someone that you appreciate them. If someone is with you, you should go and high-five them. If they're watching with you, you should say, wow, wasn't that fun? And if they're not, you should say, hey, you should come check out this thing. Meanwhile, we would also like to throw our personal thanks to our friends of the show, the Cognitive Merchant. So, in this little break, if you like well-made, bespoke, and custom dice bags and dice trays and other leather-involved TTRPG accessories, LARP accessories, armor, cool leather wizard hats, any of that cool shit, then you should head over to thecognitive.merchant.co.uk. It has links to all their other socials and their Etsy page. It's been a rough year for people who make their livings at cons. So go help these guys. They're really, really nice, make really, really cool stuff. So go give Jay some love. Yeah, go do that. From the rest of you, have you got any things you'd like to plug, things you've been in that you want to mention to send our wonderful viewers to check out while we get our snacks, drinks, and high fives?
Nope. Just
Okay.
one thing. I'm really happy. I'm home. I'm back home, you guys.
Hey!
We
Back
did
where
it.
you belong.
You too, Jordan. We're home. We did it after so
Oh,
long.
you mean in game? Okay.
Yeah.
Talking about real life, that you're
No.
like, yeah.
So you're
I'm
home.
back.
No, I'm also back in the game, and I'm really happy after.
We've missed you, Alex. I've missed you.
I've missed
you
my-
in general. I was speaking to another person who is French, and obviously they sounded French, and I was like, oh, I miss my boy, Alex.
But are they? They're not as good as
we
me.
can do this. We can do this in the break off
No,
stream.
they want to hear us, right? Chat,
They
tell
want
us.
this.
They
You
want
want
us.
this, though.
Yes. They don't
Oh,
care about us
I'll
playing.
know that
I'm
we're
just-
actual people.
I'm just saying we're 7 minutes late.
You're,
for the
you're
breaks.
right.
All right.
We'll be back here in
I'm
about
putting
half
the break cards. Okay, let's go.
Ah.
Let's go.
an hour. Goodbye for now.
Bye, everybody.
Oh my god.
We're live.
Wait, are you kidding?
Alex,
No, we're live.
Oh my god.
Well, you said you wanted to go live.
doing that to us.
No, I know. I love it. Power.
We're
One day.
professionals! Well,
Alex, once the
Every
stream is
day.
finished, I'm going to teach you about the concept of a countdown.
No, I don't want to.
Okay.
Okay.
Alright. Okay. Welcome back, everyone, to Chasing Tales. We're gonna pick
Hi.
up where we left off. I hope you guys had a nice break. You got some drinks, got some snacks, got some things.
Would anyone like a cashew?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes, please.
Pass it, yeah, I'll pass it on to the
Cashews.
others.
I love cashews. They're
Thank
like
you.
the best nut.
Well,
I've heard
Being
other
very
things.
cottagecore 'cause
Yeah.
they're in a jar.
I've heard other. I've heard other things.
A jar with
Let's
a
just play
gingham
some
lid.
D&D.
Yes.
Anyway, D&D.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my god, let's just play some D&D.
Can I eat cashew nuts as Ashura? Thank you very much.
D&D's nuts.
Sure.
These nuts.
Marigold probably
I feel
has
like
a jar of nuts
I feel
somewhere.
like the week before last session was like, we've all missed D&D after New Year's, we've come back and we're all super into it, it's great fun. And then this is like, we had another week delay and now we're like, oh man, I want to play some D&D, I miss my friends.
Yeah, basically.
This is more on the I miss my friends side, I think.
Yeah.
We all just miss fucking around together.
Yeah, so
This is
We
just
haven't-
moron.
I hope that's what you came for, because that's what we can give you.
We haven't played any like Among Us or anything in a while, so we haven't had
Yeah.
a chance to get
Next
this
time,
energy out.
next time we play Among Us, we should play Among Us.
This is like when you have
One of
sex
us
for
should
the first
stream
time
it.
in 7 weeks and it happens in like 2 seconds because you haven't been
Yeah.
jerking off in between. It's like you need to keep up the middle pressure and then
Andrew,
when you get back,
Yeah,
you'll
man.
be-
you're being way too specific, hun.
Andrew.
Anyway, D&D.
Quick DOS.
D&D's
Nipples and
nuts.
simps. I don't know.
What?
Right. D&D.
What the fuck?
So we might get
kind of roll.
banned. Twitch
Nah, we
doesn't like that
won't.
word.
Twitch
get-
loves us.
We'll
Let's
handle
just
it,
carry on.
guys.
I don't understand
You're
what you're
fair.
talking. No. What? Nah.
I'm gonna take a drink of this
report
water.
us.
I'm gonna
I'm
put this
sorry we
tank
said
down.
that word.
We're playing D&D.
Report us, mate. Okay, take the time.
Don't
Anyway,
report
we need
us,
to take
guys.
the time just so everyone can come back from the break. You know, just wait for everybody to sit
True.
down. Take that
Get
time.
their bevs.
Exactly. I have my bev. This fucking 3-liter
It's going
thing.
down. Are you ready?
Boom.
I said when the tank is down. Going down just so you're warned. Alex, this is the count of
Andrew.
5.
Andrew, we're not primary schoolers.
3,
Come on now.
Are we playing D&D? I have a D20. I'm ready.
I have a
Say that,
D4.
Have you seen how these people have behaved?
I am
Oh,
also
D4.
wearing dungarees, so.
Right.
I love dungarees. Dungarees are the best thing.
Back in the zone, deep breaths, everybody. Okay.
I'm all giddy now.
1, 2, 3. 1,
Eating
2,
cashews.
3.
Eating nuts. Wow.
Where
So many
we-
D20s.
Oh my god, shut up.
Fight me. Come fight me, Andrew.
Oh, you don't want that.
No,
I'll
I do
give
want
you
that.
COVID.
You have.
No, I don't. But I'd pick it up on the way there.
Maybe I have it.
Okay, I'm gonna have another drink. I'm gonna put this down and find it.
Okay. To be fair, I might have it. I'm like case. You know, I know someone who
It's not
has
the time
it.
to start another conversation.
No,
It's the time to
no.
do your deep breaths. Get back into fucking.
Just
Okay.
Where we left off. Oh my god. Hey guys, and
I've server muted. I've server muted Alex. Let's just
I
carry
was
on.
about to do that as well.
oh my god. thank you.
Yeah, but the rest of the stream still hear me. Yes, let's go.
I'm so sorry. If you want to sponsor us, we are open to
The stream can
arrangements.
still hear Alex though, even if he's server muted.
Oh shit.
You poor bastards. Right. Okay. We properly fucking fall out of here. Let's dive back into this. As all 5 of you and Willow descend and find your footing on the hard stone ground, you look around you in this massive Underdark cavern. You see sheets of rock and mineral like waves frozen in place of hard salt-like glistening and glittering crystals. You see banks of rock completely festooned like barnacles on a ship by glowing fungus and mushrooms. Nothing of the magnitude of the strange world above, but enough to create the feeling of a small forest or a rolling meadow. The tallest crystals around here stand maybe 5 to 10 feet tall in this kind of whitish yellow quartz that glow softly, illuminating the whole place in like a dim light that illuminates kind of flecks of rain that seem to be whipping past you as a storm like wind begins to be picking up, blowing past you. There is a flash of light as this white and yellow crystals, some distance off, maybe 200 or so 100 feet away, just out of sight between larger rocks, seems to flash and flare up, sending a beam of whitish yellow light, illuminating the swirling wind and rain that seems to be forming in this space. As you guys pause and listen and look out for what that might mean, those of you that are new to this place, what that flash could be to Ashura and Nute, something, especially you, Ashura, twinges in your chest. Flashes like that happen when
Something.
visitors arrive.
Yeah.
And you hear, yelled out, only just audible above the whirling winds, "Quick! Stop them! Close it now!" Yelled out in Infernal.
Ah!
Taking out my weapon. Okay. Everybody stay calm.
I
Devils.
can't pass without a trace.
That sounds like a good idea.
On the party.
Okay.
Okay.
That's actually a really good one. That's really nice reaction there. I was just gonna go
And,
fight.
and I hide behind a rock.
Ah, yes, we need to do that too. If Markos is casting Pass Without a Trace, Ashura will hide too, I guess.
Okay.
I am gonna take down my dancing lights.
Okay.
But
Okay.
I might die, but I'm not gonna hide.
Ah. Okay.
I grab you and try and pull you behind a rock.
Devils, not great, Marigold. Like, eat your salt and stuff.
Eat your soul.
Nute and Hemlock, are you hiding as well?
I'm gonna say that we'll hide as well.
Yeah,
Since
Hemlock
everyone
will
else
probably
is.
hide. 'Cause
Go
she's
ahead and
not.
make some stealth
big
checks for
dummy.
me.
Yeah.
Let's go. Ah,
20,
Plus 10.
29.
okay.
No.
I rolled really low.
I did too. I got a 6.
Okay,
was
yeah,
that
I
total?
rolled. Okay.
Total 28.
Okay, Markos, could you, if you're grabbing Maple and Marigold and trying to... Don't give me that look. As you grab Marigold and try and get her behind the rock with you, I'll say, could you make that with disadvantage?
Oh. It's not like I'm not trying to like bodily grab her and like force her behind.
just
me.
trying to be like,
You're trying to stealth for the both of you.
I'm trying to crouch behind a rock and just take her hand and just tug. Be like, come on.
Yeah, but that's fair. That's
Still
fair.
disadvantage.
Yes.
Yeah, that's fair.
You're effectively trying to stealth for the both of you.
And you're making
Still
more
me.
movement than you would if you were just stealthing. So
Hemlock rolled 24.
Cool. Already.
23 for me.
Marigold, even though you don't make any active effort to hide.
Ooh, let me roll for Willow.
Okay. Yep.
The rabbit is just there, like okay. Good reaction, by the way, David. I like
Cool.
that.
Willow rolled 26.
Cool. Even though Marigold, you don't make any active effort to duck and hide, you feel Markos kind of grab hold of your sleeve and pull you into a kind of an oddly almost like an alcove in a section of the rock, and right as the alcoves. You find yourselves kind of almost sheltered from the whirling wind and rain that seems to be appearing in this space. You all take these positions and stay still, and with the howling wind, you're fairly sure, unless anything was quite close and watching you, nothing is aware of your presence or position.
Okay. Can I try and peek over and just see what's going on?
Yeah, go ahead and make a perception check with disadvantage. As the whirling wind and rain is beginning to make the area slightly obscured.
A natural 1, so 12.
Okay.
Bloody hell.
Is it 12?
Peering
Or is it
over,
It's 12.
as you peer over, you can't quite see anything. The flash appeared to be 200 or so feet away, and flashed up, and the shout came from over there, and you can't see anything quite yet, until you see there's the tip of something large flapping a pair of leathery wings. You don't catch any more sight than that, but you hear more yells. You don't understand, unless you don't understand Infernal.
I don't speak
No,
Infernal. No.
but I did tell them about
Okay.
devils. I said devils here.
You hear more shouting in that same kind of rasping, guttural tongue, and you hear more shouting and yells, but these ones are more animalistic and guttural. Do any of you speak Abyssal? Okay. You hear more guttural yells, growls, and howling through this wind. For the moment, it seems you guys perched in your hiding places. Nothing has seen you, nor is coming for you.
Okay.
What would you guys like to do?
No, I'm just checking.
Sure.
He's gonna take out his sword. I mean, he already took it out, but just in case. And he's gonna very gently. Kisara, you there?
Yeah.
Cool. Devils. What do you usually do when you try to? What should I do to try to like evade a group of devils? I feel like you would not give me the answer, but just in case.
What did they say? What did you hear?
Souls. They want souls? No, is that no? They want to gather. They want to find us. Is that? What did they
What
say?
did you hear as you heard them over the wind? What did you hear?
DM, can you remind me of that?
You
You
heard
said
them.
close it.
Yeah, close in on them, right?
No, close it.
Close it. Is that what they said? I thought close in on them.
Close. You heard an infernal shout out, "Close it!"
Okay, yeah. They wanted to close something.
You need to help right now. I know you don't get along, but this is bigger. Go help now. You hear-
I understand. Okay. Yeah. No, yeah. Basically, what Marigold is chanting now. Abyssal. Okay.
The blood boys. Like,
I know.
Marigold knows nothing about the Blood War, but she's just been like possessed for a
Right.
second.
Right. Devils are fighting abyssal creatures. And Kisara is saying, help them. I feel that could be good. It's bigger than all of us. I feel like if the place goes, like just full of abyssal creature, we're just fucked. So maybe help them? I don't know. That's what he's saying. What do we do?
As you hear Ashura kind of muttering and whispering in this hushed voice beneath the howling wind, there is a massive screaming roar. It sounds like it's infernal, but it's not words. It's just a yell of frustration as you begin to hear other smaller voices begin to pick up in the space.
We move.
If we're going, we're going now.
I feel like we won't. If the devils
This is a
lose.
threat to all of us more
Yeah.
than these devils, then yes, we should.
All right.
Alright, fuck it, let's go.
And Ashura just stands up.
I'm going to stealth and
Okay.
continue to stealth.
That's a good idea. You do that.
Yeah,
you do
same
that.
with
You
Nute,
do that.
like...
Yeah. It's a bit too late for me. All right. I'll just walk to them.
You're quite far away, and it is very loud with the howling wind. You could probably still chill out a little bit and stealth if you wanted to.
Now I've taken my.
No?
I've done.
Okay.
I've done it. You can't go back now.
As the others are still stealthing, if you guys do choose to move up and closer to get a view on things, Ashura, you'll be moving quite a lot faster. Do you want to purposefully move
Yes.
slow enough to keep pace with your friends?
Yes, I don't want to die alone.
Yes.
Okay.
You want to die together.
Yeah, exactly.
With that,
Oh.
that's the wrong kind of music for this situation.
Ah!
We have happy, upbeat music.
As you guys
Ah.
carefully
Oh.
maneuver your way across this stone floor, you come into this kind of outcropping of rocks. Let's just move that forward a little bit. You guys in the bottom left, I'll move you guys back a little bit. You guys are kind of hidden at the edge of this outcropping, but you see in this open space to your left a pool of water being fed by some small streams and surrounded by growths of crystals and fungus and these kind of the same kind of smaller zirkwood, almost tree-like fungus with their branches reaching up. But you see the water illuminated in this gleaming, bright, brilliant white that is brightly illuminating this entire space. The water that trickles in is perfectly clear, but the water filling the pool has gone a strange, almost purple. You see the trees that grow next to them are like flexing slightly, and you see like a section, like sections of the shelf that make up like the branches are like peeling away, and where the gills are, you see humanoid fingers beginning to pull out and like reach and flex from underneath the various parts of the actual plant matter itself. To the right hand side, you see the soft blue illumination of these familiar Bonyari fungus standing toward their glowing blue veils and flapping furiously against the beating wind. You see this very, very large, maybe 10 feet tall devil. Yellowish brown skin, curling massive horns, wings beating, and a massive two-pronged fork in its hand, it flapping and screaming out orders to a battlefield that has erupted in front. Pulling their way out of the kind of the purplish water and muck, you see these goat-like creatures, humanoid pot-bellied figures with goat heads and furry filled necks, long spined tails. You see glimpses of horrible pustules and sores, cracked skin and calluses across them. Fighting them, you see fighting them, you see flapping imps with their leathery red rings, like flapping and distracting as these humanoid devils with bronze masks, iron bolted to their skulls with long halberds, locked in combat. Spread out across the ground further away in a pool of blackish red blood, you see an enormous gorilla-like monster, massive red fur, muscle-bound arms, like just eviscerated, splayed out on the ground. A Balgara split open on the opposite side. As you guys are still stealth, you see this battle happening, blows being traded in both directions. In this moment, what are you guys doing?
Should we roll initiative?
If you guys want to dive in, then you can do that. I'm giving you this moment more to maneuver and position yourself in the particular places you'd like to be.
I'd like. So this over on the right here, we've got like a big blue and white thing, and then this. Can I
Yeah.
like nestle myself in and under here
Yeah?
as like a little, like a nest, an arrow nest?
Yeah, for sure. That blue thing is a Bonyari, like the same wide cap myconid that led you through the colony. It's one of those, but a little bit smaller and not moving.
I trust it implicitly. Because that mushroom person was really nice.
You could, in the heat of this battle and the tearing winds, you could almost suddenly like have a slip underneath the veil almost and have like a small sniper's hide within. Cool. The rest of you, you are you have this bright crystal in front of you as you find yourself staring upon this battlefield. Is there anything that you would like to do before diving in, Alex?
Quick question: is there on the devil part, on the devil side, there is the large devil giving commands. On the abyssal side, demon side, there's no clear chain of command, right?
It doesn't appear so. It looks so in terms of demonic creatures that you can see right now. There appears to be the dead Bulgara and these 3 kind of goat-headed, furred, sickened-looking creatures with their spiny tails that are like darting around like uncomfortably quickly. They like dart from side to side and are scratching and flailing at these imps, kind of with this horrible, weird guttural shriek coming from their weird, kind of unhinged jaws. But there doesn't appear to be any kind of clear line of command that you can see.
Okay. Do you mind if I cast a spell now? Is it during fight? Yeah.
For that during initiative, this is more for like they're not surprised or anything.
I'll move.
They are very much busy, but this is for, like positioning stuff.
I'll move calmly, like walking. Right.
Okay.
I'll try to move there.
There's a battle going on. Sure, it's like, hey everyone.
Right. Yeah, but he has like
Doing all right?
he takes his blade out. His blade is down. It is out. So I guess it's cool.
All right.
I feel like he has a shield now too.
Hemlock, Marigold, Nute. Last minute positioning from you guys.
I don't have a shield yet.
You should have a shield.
I need to measure a thing. That will take me all the way up to there.
Do you remember me having a shield?
Yeah, we got you that shield of Saraska, which was like lovely.
Oh yeah, that's right. But I never added it. Cool, thanks.
So what do we like by
Ungrateful.
here?
No, stop.
Okay.
I can't remember its stats. I think it was just a regular.
Yeah, it was a
Well,
regular
if I can, we'll wander over to about by here, just below this
Sure.
demon thing. That'll be like his starting
Alright.
spot.
Marigold and Maple.
Oh yeah.
You mean Marigold and Hemlock?
I do, don't I?
Oh no.
Okay. Sorry, I'm trying to sift through
Yeah, you have
2
characters.
different druid spell lists right now to see what people want to do. So I'm like, okay, I think I am gonna stay back with Willow for now.
Okay.
And Hemlock. Oh, what does Hemlock do? Hemlock usually needs to like get in there because of her spores stuff, right?
Maybe if I guess like be somewhat mid-ranged. Probably first thing is invoke the symbiotic entity.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I was thinking. So I think Hemlock might like creep up kind of behind Nute here.
Okay. I will say, for those of you who are still near the rocks and cover, you are still stealthed. However, those of you that have walked out into the open, you are now plainly visible.
Oh, and she will obviously activate her symbiotic entity.
She can do that on her turn.
Okay.
Coming up next is this is like positioning it as you guys like approach the scene in this instant, and as you find yourselves on this battlefield, I need you guys to roll me some initiative. Ashura, you hear like a long time seeing you, Jalan, from Cathala. As you seem
Okay.
to recognize.
No
She's
time
just
for
like,
what are you talking?
Hey,
This is
buddy.
shush.
Shut your mouth.
Shut up, yeah. So I don't have a shield, by the way, Andrew. Just so you know.
It's up to you to.
No, it's because I can't wear it.
have
I have
a
it,
shield.
but I can't wear it.
Okay, then you have a shield and it's not equipped.
Yes, just so you know.
You guys all already have turns on the initiative order, so just plug those in.
You rolled a nat 1 on initiative.
How dare you?
So,
It's a
he
10.
runs out, trips on one of the rocks, it's like, oh, fuck, shit,
It's
my toe.
I rolled a 2 for Hemlock, so
I rolled the 9 for Ashura. This is going great, you guys.
22. I'm doing well.
Fuck.
Might end up going
Oh, yeah.
first.
to be
You
fair,
might be.
a 16 for a druid is pretty good.
Yeah, for sure. Okay, cool. This
It's
is
okay.
not great.
Healer's going later in the turn order is better.
Yes, me, the healer.
Yes, me, the healer. You and I, the healer, Jordan.
I take a proactive
I mean,
approach to
Alex,
healing.
you are a paladin.
Yeah, I'm not. Yeah, but paladins are not like healers. They're like.
Yes. Yes.
They are.
They can be. They can be.
Also,
No, they
bards are as much healers as fucking
as paladins.
Both-
It's they both.
Both of your casters can be it.
Like-
Exactly, can
Active
be.
healers.
Lay on hands. Lay on hands is a brilliant healing
No,
ability.
I'm not saying
Also, look.
paladins are not healers. I'm saying they're not just healers. Is that better?
Oh yeah, of
Well,
course.
no.
But, like, no one is
They're
really
fighting
just a
healers.
healer,
Yeah.
You know. Anyways.
Also,
Everyone has
Ashura, if
multiple
you're gonna use the sword at any point, now is the time.
Yeah. Look,
Dude, I need to hit with that fucking sword. I need blood. It has. I've had
Now
it.
is
That.
the time.
Fuck yeah.
As you all find yourselves spreading across this battlefield, this horned devil flapping and directing his forces towards this demonic incursion, as he sees a couple of you stepping out of cover, he immediately, his eyes down, an eyebrow raises seeing the sword in Ashura's hands, but he cries out this time in kind of slightly mangled common, "If any of you can dispel the arcane, do so on the pool now!" Still completely taken with directing his forces, he just sees you immediately and is completely focused on this demonic incursion. With that, Markos, as you slide your way into this little point of cover, you are still hidden as you have not made your position clear. But it is your turn. What would you like to do?
So the demons that are still present are these 3 goat boys.
It appears to be that case, yes.
Okay. And Markos is smart enough to know the difference between a demon and a devil?
I'm gonna need you to make an Arcana or Nature check for me, just real quick.
I mean, you would assume that a ranger has good nature. Natural 1.
Ah.
Natural 1. I think that was, to be honest, I think that was the wrong check to ask you to make.
Okay.
Marcus is like, oh no, which one do I shoot?
I said, so if they were in a line, you would have no idea. However, you can see that there are some which are pulling their way out of a pool, and the rest which are fighting them back. And so I think
It's
from
the
that,
ones
it's
coming
not.
out of the pool that are not
Yeah,
good,
like it's
then I
not
can
difficult.
assume-
It's not difficult with your passive perceptions and all that kind of stuff. It's not difficult to see which ones are fighting away from the pool. So I'll say it's easy enough for you to target the goat boys.
Okay. And which goat boy looks most hurt?
You can't really tell.
Okay.
You can make a perception check if you'd like. That would be your
Nah,
action.
I'm gonna bonus action Hunter's Mark.
Okay.
This goat boy.
Mm-hmm.
And I would like to loose 2 arrows.
Go for it.
Okay, I have advantage because
You are hidden, yes.
it hasn't acted yet this turn order.
You're hidden.
Cool. So sneak attack and assassinate.
That's a good question. Yeah.
As far as it hasn't acted this turn order, you guys are joining this turn order late.
Okay.
But you have advantage anyway because you're hidden
Um.
on the first hit.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So it has taken a turn in combat just
Yes.
before we arrived, so I don't necessarily get assassinate.
No.
So I think for this assassinate would just be giving you sneak attack, but you already have advantage because you're hidden, so you get sneak attack anyway.
But it's not. Yeah, it's not a crit. That's it.
Yeah, but it's not assassinate.
No.
It's crits.
Assassinate's very much.
If
Assassinate's
they're
very much.
surprised.
Surprised,
What
or
if
you
they're
start.
They
surprised?
haven't taken a turn in combat, or they are surprised.
No, the first turn in combat is you get a free sneak attack. You get sneak attack
Oh,
if
yeah.
assassinate is just if you surprise them.
So the
but if
first
he's the
person
first
turn
one to
has
shoot, you get.
advantage. You have sneak attack if you hit.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. I rolled like ass on the first arrow.
Okay.
That's cool.
So that would be a 13 total.
We love
Okay.
ass, so it's
No,
cool.
no, sorry. Yeah, 13 total.
13 doesn't quite hit. The arrow streaks across, like glints off one of its horns, and it kind of glares around, and its weird, like rectangular pupils stare at you, and you see kind of pus crystallizing it at the edges of its eyes.
Oh no.
It's not pleasant.
Sneak attack on this one?
It now is aware of your presence,
Damn it.
so I'm afraid not.
Oh, and I rolled another fucking 3.
Okay. The second arrow is you kind of almost stagger backwards at how viscerally disgusting this creature is. You can see kind of the cracked corners of its lips and mouth with like the wiry hairs, and the arrow kind of streaks off to one side. You hear a "Ah!" as the imp kind of flaps out of the way as it also notices your presence. Is there anything else you'd like to do with your turn?
No.
You could
Bonus
bonus
action.
action hide.
I already used my bonus action. I'm gonna
Oh,
put
you
a
did.
little target symbol on this goat so I know it's
Okay.
hunter's marked.
Perfect. With that, the wind begins to pick up.
Uh-oh.
Ashura and Nute, you're roughly familiar with how the Phaser's and its kind of raw magical energy can interact in strange ways. Let's say Ashura, could you roll a d10 for me?
Sure, I can. No, that's a D12, D10 there. Boop. That's a 10.
A 10.
I hope that's good. Higher the
I
number, the
need
better.
all of you
No, that's
to
bad.
make a
bad.
Constitution saving throw.
Fuck.
Is it against points?
Yeah,
Nope.
I'm out. I am out.
Is it against?
Nope. Just make con save.
Just
Natural
make
20.
natural
realised there was
20.
a lot of-
Damn, dude. Boom, boom.
Only really looking at it now, I realize there are a lot of things which, like, it's like you have advantage if it's this condition or this condition
It
or
is
this
none of those
condition.
things.
Alright,
It's none of
it's
those-
a
Yeah, it's if you have
six.
advantage
No,
against
7.
it, it's not that.
Yeah.
Okay, did anyone get 12 and below?
Yes.
Give me one
Yeah.
sec. Hemlock definitely did,
Let's go.
because I rolled a 9 for Hemlock. Marigold got a natural 20.
She's fine.
And I'm just looking up for Willow. No, Willow got 12.
Okay.
Willow got 12. Ashura?
11. Don't worry about me. I'm out.
11.
I die.
Markos?
22.
22, you're fine. And then Nute,
7.
7. The wind picks up, and the rain itself begins to, like, you all see, like, small sparks of electricity go between the actual droplets of rain. You don't notice anything drastic. Yeah. For now.
Oh, okay. I hate
I'm
that.
sorry.
But in truth,
Wow.
With that,
I hate it.
the Marigon are going to take some attacks towards their quarries. I'll just vaguely roll at things and guess at damage because I don't want to do shitloads of math. So let's do 1, 2, 3 of
Fair.
those, and they do 2 of those each. So cocked, yes, 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 and yes, yes, and no. So hurt a bit. He's going to take a step towards. Just for reference, the ones that are like 2 by 1 long, their space is the top one. I just left them as 2 by 1 so you can see the picture.
cool. That's cool.
The top
Okay.
space is the
That's nice.
Yeah, so he's going to take like some damage. He's going to push forwards to that target and
Oh my
deal
God,
a bit
some
of
damage.
as well. I know, right? But it's going to be that like, yeah, cool. As these kind of horrible, like baby-faced armored soldiers.
Yeah.
I'm just moving these are just like corpses littering the battleground, so I'll get rid of those because they're in the way. Yeah, these kind of Marigold, like these big armored, horrible, like death paladin style, like bronze plate armor and red capes with vicious-looking halberds, and then childlike bronze masks bolted. You can see the rivets around the jawline and around up on the skull where it becomes a helmet. They step forward with brutal precision and speed, slashing away at these horrible goat-like creatures, holding this phalanx together. You see the imps around them are not really going for attacks as much as the imps themselves are just there to harry and pull, and like they pulling at hair and like grabbing at the tails and distracting and assisting their fiendish companions. So with
Just
their
being
turns-
annoying, basically.
Yeah, with their turns, all the imps do is will move up to each of these and use the help action.
Oh, damn, yeah.
With that, Jalang, the Horned Captain, will again yell out to the rest of you, like, "Quick, if any of you can seal this, dispel it now!" And he sweeps forward, diving on his wings, and hurls a ball of flame toward the pool itself. Yeah, boy.
Can't have a portal in the water if there's no water.
There is an explosion, and several of the crystals that are surrounding it are kind of gleaming with this almost blinding brilliance shatter and spread off to one side as there's a which emits from the end of his kind of forked, like trident. It kind of shoots out like a railgun, and blasts water splashes everywhere. and you see as it kind of blasts water out, as it descends back in, it just seems to fall away as the bottom of this pool seems to be gone or semi-real. Like in a moment you blink, it's there's a bottom and water's flooding back into it. You blink again and there's just a void and almost a blackness that is unpenetrable. With that, Marigold, it is your turn.
Hello. Marigold is going to look at Hemlock, knowing Hemlock probably can dispel the portal, and seeing there's a big goat man in the way, she is going to cast Wrath of Nature, and she points her wand towards one of the many probably rocks just like hanging out, and she is going to launch it towards that goat man.
Which goat man?
This one.
Alright, what does he have to do?
He has to. I have to make a spell attack.
Okay, do so with advantage.
Oh!
As the imps are like distracting at it, pulling at its horns and its tail,
Guys.
and it's like, and this rock flies towards the air towards it.
It's cacked.
Cack? That's the worst kind of cack.
That is 21 to hit.
21 absolutely hits. Go ahead and roll some
So I'm gonna roll the damage, but he also has to make a strength saving throw to not fall prone.
Okie dokie. Strength saving throw. He rolled a natural 2, so a 4.
Okay, that is gonna be
Wee. Bonk.
15. That's 15 bludgeoning damage, and
Oh,
he
yeah.
is also prone.
Let's
He
go.
is knocked on his ass. Oh, no, actually. Okay, he does have advantage on those being a fucking goat, but he
Fight.
fails both, and he hits the ground.
Being a goat.
Oh, cool, he takes all of that. So that was that.
Somebody.
Nice. Wait, no.
Yeah.
Yeah, this rock, like, launches up in the ground, almost like a telekinetic hand has lifted it and then fastballed it. It slams into this goat and like a under the ground.
Pretty
the rock
much.
rolls off, and he kind of like
So good.
like fighting off these imps, immediately kind of jump down onto him. The
Nice,
bronze
nice.
baby-faced soldier kind of like glances towards you, and you can just see kind of pinpricks of red within like, the black eye sockets of this horrible childlike mask, and there's just a of metallic armor grinding as it gives you a nod.
Thanks, bro.
Is there anything else that you would like to do?
You're welcome. God, I don't know if I have any bonus actions. Probably not. Does anyone need healing? Is anyone looking particularly rough right now? Are you all good?
We
Okay,
all good.
no one needs a healing word. I'm done.
Yeah,
It's fine.
you're good, you're good.
Willow's just chilling. He's not doing anything. He doesn't want to get. I'm not gonna make him run into the middle of this.
Willow, it's a blood war. Go. Go, Willow.
Okay.
Kill.
I showed this at the beginning of your turn. It won't change too much, but could you make a really quick con save for me?
Ooh.
I know.
For
Oopsie doopsie.
Marigold?
Yes, I can.
Cookie smelly.
Actually,
That's...
ignore me. You're out of range. Ignore me. You're good.
Ah.
Oh, okay then. Well, it's good. That's good because I rolled a 1.
No, you're
So
absolutely fine.
Oh.
if I was in range, I would have been fucked.
With that, the goat people will take their turn. The one up at the top will slash out with its tail towards the Marigold, harrying it. That will not hit. They suck. One, that one. That will also not hit. They suck.
I don't suck people.
Stop talking. Here you go. That's a natural one. Great. These fucking goats are the worst. It appears that the Bargoro is a bigger problem. This one does stand up with half of its movement, however, and will it suffer that attack? I think it will. Yeah. It's going to take a standing leap with its horrible goat-like legs, and it bounces over the Marigon and lands on top of the crystal over near you, Marigold and Willow.
Shit.
Hunter's mark. It will take an
Get
attack
out.
from imp.
Run.
No. Yes. No. So it'll take a little bit of damage from. Who cares what dice it is? He'll take that much.
Gonna have to wild shape to hurt this thing.
Wild shape.
The Marigold swings wide with its halberd, but it just misses. One of the imps does manage to get a claw that kind of gashes through its hairy goat legs. But this thing does manage to like kind of scrappily land, kind of grabs hold of the crystal with its tail, kind of bares its horrible like blocky teeth at all of you, and it just looks generally very angry.
Didn't like me throwing a rock at it.
It didn't like that. No,
It's like fair.
it is looking like you've hit it pretty hard.
Good bitch. I can do it again.
Ashura, as you tread out into the center of this battlefield, your sword at your side, Cathala is not saying anything anymore. She's acknowledged Jalang, this horned devil, some recognition there, but for now is just completely like you can almost feel
Focused.
the weapon itself vibrating.
Yes. All right.
She's ready.
Please help me on
Sure,
this
I don't
one.
have any ideas.
No. No, that's fine. Okay. Ashura will move on to. Yeah, I think someone. Yeah. I think the closest one is 35. Shit.
Sure, there is one
There's one that's
directly
just-
below you.
Ah, okay. Yeah.
Right next to me.
All right.
It's
He's
like
just.
20 feet up, but you can reach that if you get
He's
closer.
gonna walk calmly, and he's gonna cast. As he walks, he's gonna cast Searing Smite on his sword.
Okay.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Very
As
nice.
you see,
Yeah,
as
that's
he
right.
in a movement where he takes it out, like he moves it out and just passes his hand on the blade. There's gonna be gray fire on the blade.
Love it.
Goes for a whirl and goes down with two hands onto the poor buddy.
Go for it. You
Okay.
have a red stone blade wreathed in grey flames. You strike towards this demon.
Yep. Please do it. It's a +9 to roll. Come on. That's a 14 + 9, 23.
23 absolutely hits.
Okay.
Roll some damage.
I'm so sorry, Andrew. I will put everything I got just because I wanted 2 for once at least.
Yeah.
So Divine
it.
Smite and Psychic Blades
Oh
on.
boy.
Yeah, that's.
If
Oh,
you go
boy.
ahead and half the fire damage, everything else is fine.
Yeah, cool. The fire damage is cool. Give me 2 seconds just so because it's gonna be a lot of damage.
Yes, go for it. Figure out your dice.
Yeah.
Oh, boy.
So roll. So it's half for the fire damage. You said.
Yes.
Cool. Tack. Actually, it's tack. So that's the fire damage. That's 33 fire damage. Divided by 2, so it's 16.
All of that's fire damage.
That's fire
Or is
damage.
that
Yeah,
from Searing Smite
that's Searing
and-
Smite and the blade.
and the
'Cause-
blade.
Yeah,
Cool.
because it does
Yes.
1d6 the blade. I just so you know, you guys, out of 7d6s, I rolled 4-6.
Holy
kinda
shit.
Yeah, that's insane. Okay, cool. And now the big damage. So 1d10. Ding.
Now the big damage.
I mean, now the
Not
damage.
33 fire damage.
No, yeah, but it's not that yet. Just sorry. That's 5d8. I won't have any spell slot after that anyway, so. And 5d6. And I think that's it. Cool. And oh yeah, I have a plus something on it. I'm so sorry, this is so long.
No, that's fine. Go for it.
Oh my God.
+5.
Enjoy the maths of
Yeah, dude.
kicking ass.
All right, peeps. Let's
I
hope
have
for
a
it.
lot of damage dice.
That's okay. That's fair. That's 40 damage
You-
more.
You calmly walk up to this
Those
thing,
D8s.
Those
and the
D8s.
muttering of enchantments that you bestow into the blade, both wreathing it in the grey flames, psychic energy begins to almost like vibrate and shimmer across it. And as you swing, the flames almost jet out behind the blade, like it's blasting it faster out of your hands, and it's just. You feel no resistance, and for a second you think that you've missed. And this creature is just looking at you, its horrible kind of agape jaw, and then blood just goes out of this split, and the thing just tears in half. One side of the torso like slumps down the crystal and gets like stuck halfway, glowing up through its mouth. The other half just vanishes, and it is obliterated.
I'm sorry. I'm just so happy that the build is done. The build
that'll
is
do it.
yeah. The build is good. The build it's
He's
cool.
finally reached the build.
Boom.
And with that,
After all this time.
Yeah, that's my thing. Cool.
any more movement for you?
He'll just look at Kithara and say, See, we could do it the entire time. That's just elbow grease, I guess. Cool.
With more fervor than you've ever heard in the telepathic voice of the devil within your blade. That's more like it.
Yeah.
There is an unsteady hunger in the voice that, for the first time you've ever heard, seems excited rather than disappointed in you.
We can do it. Come on. And he's gonna turn around. That's it. Just
As you turn, as the water begins flooding back into this pool, there is a... The crystals around flare till they are almost blinding. Everyone on the battlefield for a second covers their eyes. There is a crashing of tearing trees, shattering crystals and rock.
Oh no.
Until a massive creature, bull-like torso, a massive tooth-filled face, huge bejeweled horns wrapped in gold, rippling red fur across a towering body that now stands in the center of this pool.
that is bad. I should
There
have
is an
kept my
audible-
shit.
From the horned devil as he sees this immense demon tear its way through this portal as the Goristro appears.
Okay, I still have spell slots, you guys, but not the big ones. Okay, we're good.
It's
I
okay,
am
guys.
so sorry, but I'm
There's not
so
gonna-
fucking
There's
happy.
not going to be any more of these. Hemlock is going to close the portal. It's fine.
Yeah, thank God.
Garistro.
Yeah, he's gonna ignore all the small fry and sprint straight towards Big Boy.
Yeah, go for the devil, not us. We're good.
Yeah, go kill the devil.
Epic.
Yeah, Nute and I being like,
He comes out, looks around, Ashura and you just go.
that guy.
With unexpected and horrifying speed, this immense creature just disappears from the place that it is, and almost like it looks like it's almost teleported.
Anime
Except
dash.
that blasts past everyone, and it slams towards the immense devil captain that is commanding this defense.
Oh no.
With those
Oh,
pluses,
no.
yes, that will
Oh
hit
no.
on both of those. Then it needs to roll with that advantage. Yes. Okay, this is going to hurt him.
Yeah, this devil is fucked.
I'm so fucking pumped, you guys. You don't even know.
Devil, more like Deadville.
This is the
Am I
kind of
right?
shit I love.
Just off the top of my head, I'm pretty sure a Garistro is like a challenge 18.
It's close to that. So wait, all three of those.
Horned devils are like what?
Go
13?
restrung.
Yeah. Horn devils are
We'll
13.
be fine.
But like, I'm so happy because we haven't been in a big fight of tier 3 yet, and I'm so happy.
You haven't been in a big fight.
There
too.
I know.
Yeah.
You guys have.
So, there is this blast
Some of us
of wind
died,
and
Ashura.
power as this Goristro sprints out straight towards this large devil, and there is just a cloud of dust and smoke and swirling wind. The devil vanishes from sight for a moment, and you see as he's crushed over by the side of the by the rocks towards the top right. He smashes through a mushroom, and in a moment he looks like he's being pushed to the ground. But you see, as the dust settles, he's like holding onto the horns, battered backwards, but is pushing back and reclaims his space as the Goristro like braces.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Like
Yes, queen.
the double spiked fork that was in the devil's hands goes flying and clatches across the ground, and the devil goes, and the large fork reappears in his hands as he prepares to do battle with the Goristro.
Let's go.
I'm honestly having fun just like watching. I don't even
Yeah.
be part of this. I'm having a great time.
Nute, it is over to you.
Um,
What would you like to do?
Dude.
my plan changed about like 3 different times because of the different things that happened.
Yes.
But it's fine because it went back to plan 2, which is basically Nute is gonna just run over to behind this goat boy.
Mm-hmm.
As he comes to just like a sliding stop, is just gonna start unleashing some punches.
Go for
Yes.
it. Roll some attacks. You have advantage because you are flanking with the Marigold.
First roll is I think that's a 19.
19 definitely hit. Yeah.
Second attack is
5 monsters to battle.
25. So
Also
both of those will
hits.
hit.
Are you bonus action hitting? Are you flurry of blowsing?
I'm thinking, do I want to flurry of blows, or do I want to play it safe? Fuck it. I'll flurry of blows.
Go for it. Roll 2
I'll
attacks.
do all my attacks.
Do it,
That's a 23.
Papa.
And then the last one is a 15.
15 hits. All of those attacks hit, so go ahead and roll all the damage at once.
Go 48.
Go boy.
Yes, queen!
Yes, queen.
That's 10. That's 15. 15 plus 12. 27 points of
Hell yeah, boy!
Nice.
magical bludgeoning damage as Nute just kind of like slides behind, and where this thing's spine is, just like a machine, just up the spine, just bap 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 bap.
It cries out in pain. There's a horrible there's a first crack and then a second crack on the last punch as you break through a horrible cracked, dried, calloused portion of some swelling, and there's a horrible indent left by your fist as it cries out in pain, stumbles forward, bumps into the Marigold. Marigold shoves it off, preparing its halberd for a strike. It looks like you've done a really big chunk to it. It is still standing though.
Okay. That is my turn.
Beautiful. With that,
Okay.
You're like a dangerous chiropractor.
Hemlock is standing here, and she has heard the pleads of the horned devil.
I've heard you,
and
Horned Devil.
she is going to reach towards the portal and cast a 5th level Dispel Magic.
okay.
Because portals are big boy magic.
Portals are big boy magic. I still need you to roll a wisdom check, but I will
Okay.
include a +2 to that because you cast 2 levels above
Yes.
base level,
Okay.
which isn't raw, but I think that makes more sense to
Yeah,
not
it makes a lot more
waste
sense.
doing high levels.
It does, yeah. Okay. So
So make a nice wisdom check
just
for
a
Henny.
wisdom, just a straight wisdom check,
Yep,
yeah.
just straight wisdom.
Okay.
And then +2.
Yeah. Okay. Ooh, come on, Hemlock.
No whammies. No whammies. Just no whammies.
Wow.
That's cocked.
Go
Why-
ahead and
why-
roll it so it ain't cocked.
This shit is cocked.
Okay, that's gonna be a 22.
Let's go.
Peach.
Yeah. Weirdly enough, this isn't a 12th level spell.
Those don't exist anymore.
They don't exist.
They don't
As
exist
Hemlock
anymore, that's
reaches
right.
out, there is an immense, silence that seems to emanate from her hands. The rain in that cone of where she directs, the wind itself and the rain freezes in place. Every raindrop freezes as it enters that space where magic is being utterly voided, and the purple water and churning. The crystals in this entire area for an instant go black, lightless as this portal is torn. They reanimate with a dimmer glow in a moment, re-illuminating the space. But in that instant, Hemlock is fairly confident, at this point so is everyone else, that that portal, that rift in the plains has been sealed.
Hell
Yeah, let's do it. Let's go.
Yeah, boy.
Boy.
I'm so tense, I'm vibrating.
I know, I'm
Anything else
so
Hemlock
on
would
it.
like to do any movement and bonus action stuff.
Sorry, that was a lot of noises.
Ooh,
I don't know.
Do you want to move up?
Yeah,
Although she can move
Is
up,
it
she can.
I'm gonna move.
Is it a bonus action to
closer.
do her? She hasn't done her spore stuff yet. Is it a bonus action to do that?
I think it's bonus action to invoke your symbiotic entity.
Symbiotic entity. No, it's an action. Because it counts as wild shape
Yeah,
fair.
for spores. So yeah, but dispelling magic was more important at that
Yes.
moment.
Yes, indeed.
Yeah, one Garistro is too many.
Anything left Hemlock, or is that her turn?
She's gonna move, I think.
Alongside her devilish pals.
Oh,
Just up to here.
Damn, boys.
You can go.
Okay. With that, Markos, your position now known, you see this immense creature streak across the battlefield like a freight train of muscle and fur and horn. Yes.
I mean, that thing arrived after I'd shot, so it doesn't know where I am.
His friends were like, he's there!
Make a persuasion check.
For the
Against the DM.
DM, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. What stats am I using? Mine or Markos's?
Whichever you think's higher.
Markos doesn't have any bonus to charisma, so mine?
Then go ahead and roll. Just roll a d20 and add, let's say, 4.
21.
21. You know what? Yeah, I think the Garistro hasn't seen you yet, so I think you're still hidden from it.
Sweet. Okay, I'm gonna use a bonus action to open vats and
Nice. Yep.
select 2 shots. Oh, I can't put this on top of the Garistro.
Okay. That's,
I'll let you do that.
Yeah. I'll just
but,
give it a little token.
Yeah, it's gone on top of the little vats thing. I've selected his head twice and gone deep, deep, and done two little
Nice.
selecty boys there. And I'm gonna use sharpshooter on my first attack.
Okay.
Okay, good idea.
Because hidden.
Yes, I'll give you advantage on the first one because hidden.
Yeah.
Nice.
Oh, again I have rolled like ass. So
No.
that's a 14 on the first one.
14 does not hit.
Ah,
think it did.
shit.
The second one is not with advantage, and it is also not with Hunter's Mark. Not with sharpshooter.
Okay.
Oh, that's more like it. 28.
28 absolutely hits, and the Horn Devil is within 5 feet, so you do get a sneak attack.
Okay, this is a lot of damage.
Let's go,
then.
boy. Let's go.
So 2d6 for sneak attack, 1d6 for the bow, 1d6 for the bow's enchantment. Has the Garistro taken damage?
Not yet.
Okay, and then just one more d6 for Hunter's Mark.
Hell yeah, boy!
Let's go.
That is a magic weapon, so he is not resistant to any of this.
6. 18 points of damage.
Nice.
18
That is
points
a
of
mixture
damage.
piercing and force.
Love to see it.
Nice. Your
One
arrow.
of those d6s is force.
Cool. One of your arrows streaks out from behind cover, clatters straight into one of its horns and like sticks, and you see this horrible, it's almost like a pig's head, but then with a massive toothy maw surrounded by massive curling horns, and it turns straight towards you, and you see in its eyes just wide, wild fury, chaotic hunger, as an arrow is like sticking out of one of its horns. The second one sticks right through one of the cheeks and blows. The force damage explodes the cheek out, and you just see teeth on teeth,
Nice.
blood streaking between them
Boy.
as it
Like
seems
too
aware
many
of you.
teeth.
Yeah, way too
Like
many.
the jaw goes back way too far.
Yeah,
It's
like,
Eren-
where's the hinge?
It's like Eren Jaeger when he turns into a Titan.
Yeah,
It's just-
yeah. I know exactly what you're talking
Yeah,
about.
yeah. Perfect. Anything else for you, Markos?
Yes. I would like to wet my pants ever so slightly.
Yeah, that's fair.
Okay.
And that's my turn.
Teeth.
Alrighty. Nute, as the fellow native, could you go ahead and roll a d10 for me?
I most certainly can.
Fellow native.
More like
Hello.
native.
That is a 1.
A 1.
A Juan.
The swirling wind is not that cold, but for a second you begin to feel it biting into you as if it were cold, as if it were freezing. But then for a second you notice the raindrops are bouncing like hail and tearing like small needles through. Everyone on the battlefield takes d4 slashing damage. Do I have any d4 in this damn box?
I was worried for a second because you were just like, I could hear dice just rattling. I was like, shit, how much is this? But I remember you said 84.
Everybody takes 4 slashing damage.
Slashing? Oh no, I have.
Which I think actually kills a couple of the imps.
Oh shit.
Oh no!
Goodbye, imps.
Because like everyone on the battlefield was already damaged to a degree.
Andrew, I had vulnerability to slashing damage.
To slashing. Okay,
Yeah.
cool, then you're
Yeah.
fine.
No, I had invulnerability. I'm
Wait,
good.
real quick, Andrew, what was that closing of last turn all about?
I mean, you'll find out at some point, maybe.
Never, maybe never. You know, I feel like we should just.
Demonitis.
The past is the past. Okay, we should just leave it there.
So be sure to
Sorry,
subtract
chat,
4
for the move.
slashing damage for
Bam.
this.
No, bam.
It's going across. Let's try to hit everyone on the battlefield, which is so many.
Ah.
Have I screwed myself with this many combatants?
Yeah.
Maybe.
But we love it.
Who are we to say? Oh, he said it as well.
We are the players, so I think it's pretty fair.
Oh
no, Marigold has
the
disappeared.
Garistro is resistant, but wait, Marigold's disappeared.
Yeah.
What do you mean?
Like,
What
Megan is not here. That's it. That was a joke.
That's funny.
You guys, I have like 1 4th level spell, my 3rd level spell, 2nd level. I mean, I don't have above 4th.
Yeah,
he's
I just
gonna
have the
make a
one
quick-
second level
okay,
spell. That's
With
it.
that,
I don't have above 4th either.
That's true. That's true. You don't.
the Marigold
Same.
will be quick. He's not aware.
No,
The
but
Marigold
just-
beside you, Nute, is going to take a couple swings at the demon before you try and finish it. If we clear this battlefield a little bit.
Yeah.
So Marigold, 2 halberd plus 6, d10 plus 4. 6. That will miss. These are with advantage. So the first attack
Yeah.
misses. That will hit.
I'll flank him. I'm like,
crit.
oh.
So roll 3 first. Swing. He slashes out and does a bit of damage to him. Those guys resistant? They're not, so he takes full damage for that. Cool. So, the goat demon thing in front of you, Newt, looks very hurt. The Marigold next to Hemlock is going to sprint up towards the Garistro. So will that imp. The Marigold will make 2 attacks. Nope.
That music.
And yes, boy, natural 20.
Oh, hell yeah.
Nice.
Oh yeah, you go, you devil.
You go, you devil.
You devil.
You devil.
6, 8, 12, 16, 8 damage. As he swings his halberd into the back, yelling out an infernal Ashura, you recognize it to be a familiar war cry. This Marigold actually will... He's kind of between, so he'll actually maneuver himself to this side of the goat demon, so he's not flanked too badly. And we'll take some swings towards him. Flanking with the imp, so yes. And yes. 6, 16, 24...
Damn, that
Wait,
music.
2, you beast.
Damn.
The goat demon is not quite dead, but he makes 2 really good slashes, his halberd carving through the hairy goat legs as the goat kneels down, supporting itself with its horrible, like, calloused hands and its spiny tail. The imps will flock to provide the help action on attacks against the Gristro, because fuck. Jalang, our good boy, TM, is going to make some attacks at this guy. Why
Hell
has
yeah.
he got
Fuck
this
him up.
complicated attack?
You chose
Okay.
them.
I know I did,
Just
and
make
it's
it
cool,
easier.
but I just this is one of those things that video games just do better. That with advantage misses. This one definitely hits. So 2d8 plus 6. 2d8 plus 6.
Ooh.
7 damage.
Damn.
And then his tail whip.
Ah,
His
tail whip.
long kind of barbed tail swings round as well. 8. Just misses, thank God. That's a very long attack stat block. With that, he's going to fly around ever so slightly, opening up more space as he moves away, flapping into the air by like 5 or so feet to keep nice and mobile. With that, Marigold, it is your turn. What would you like to do?
Hello. So, boys, first of all, I'm going to use my bonus action to call on one of my spirit totems.
Ooh.
I'm going to use the, like, spirit beast thing that I have just to say where it is. And I can place it anywhere within 60 feet of me, and it has a 30-foot aura. So, I am going to place it Let me just double check. Yeah, there's no one else really in range anyway. Okay, I am going to place it just here. So it is, well, like here. So it
Okay.
affects our devil boy.
What
Because-
radius does it need?
30 feet.
Let's give it a little. Let's give him a little aura.
And you guys, this is the first time Marigold has cast this particular spirit totem.
Ooh.
This spirit totem, if you're within the aura, you get temporary hit points equal to 5 plus my druid level, so 17 temporary hit points.
Nice.
Aura
30 feet.
from the stag.
Yes.
So
No one.
No one.
Is it not in the right place? I'm not on the map, sorry.
Ah.
It was
Oh.
it was specifically for the devil this time around because
Yeah,
for
he gets the
reasons.
devil.
Yeah, the devil gets it.
Yeah, the devil gets it. Yeah.
And because for this reason,
Why are we helping him?
it gives you advantage on strength checks and saving throws, which is
Ooh,
helpful
nice.
because he's wrestling a fucking demon right now.
Yeah.
Bad. Good.
And I know I've used the stag thing because that's what I have. But this particular spirit, you've seen Marigold summon her unicorn spirit before, and that is a unicorn. This particular one, it being the strength and endurance spirit, a sort of blue glowing little gnome is summoned in the middle of the battlefield.
Aww.
And you guys recognize her?
We do? What do you mean?
Yeah, it's the
Yeah.
wizard guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, it's Maple.
Maple spirit. Ah,
Oh my god.
beautiful.
And then that was
Yeah.
just my bonus action.
Oh my god.
Oh.
And then Marigold is gonna cast Polymorph on herself
Yeah.
and turn into a giant ape.
Oh, classic.
Yeah. I have not
It's
got
a
that.
Bulgara token.
I've
Yeah,
got
that's what
it.
I'm thinking.
Bulgara
As
is the
in
same size as
use,
uh,
use the Bulgara, yeah. That's basically
I'll
a
just use
giant
Bulgara.
ape. It's
That's
just
Big
It's
ape.
basically a giant ape.
basically demon giant apes.
Yeah.
yeah.
We love it.
How big is a giant ape? Is it huge?
Giant ape
it
is.
is
No,
huge,
it's.
yes.
Is it?
It's huge. Yeah.
Okay.
A giant ape is huge.
I'm very big right
Ooh.
now.
Beautiful. I will wait. Can I just give you control of this icon?
You've gone
Okay,
from
fine.
being
Yes.
smaller than Newt to bigger than Newt can get.
You're
Yeah.
technically the same.
Ape
You're
time.
technically the same size as the Goristro.
That's
Shit.
the idea.
Oh
I'm
fuck.
gonna fucking wrestle
Right,
down.
you
with
have
this boy.
control of that icon, Marigold.
Thank you.
What the
so
fuck is
I'm
going
obviously
on?
Here right now.
I'll hide your
Um,
regular icon so you can have that by
Thank
itself.
you. So I have a little 40 feet movement. So I'm gonna just
Pick me up, pick me up.
run up, pick you up.
I need to move because I can't reach anyone otherwise.
I mean, if you say that to me before
Yeah.
I run, then
What? Mario, please pick
sure,
me up.
I'll take
you.
you with
Easy
me.
enough. You're fucking massive.
Yeah. So I'm gonna pick Ashura up. I'm gonna come over here. And polymorph is my action, so I
Yep.
can't make an attack or anything right now. But that's what Marigold does.
Fucking hell yeah. Is that your with the spirit totem? Is it like if you start your turn there, you get the temporary hit points?
Let me double check.
Yeah, it's like so when those get applied.
Features. No, it's when the spirit appears.
Okay, so the devil and that imp actually would have gotten. So, how many is it? Is it 12?
Yeah, no, it's 12 plus 5, so 17.
17. Hell yeah. So he's gotten 17.
Yeah, it's 5 plus my druid level, so
Ooh, that is good.
I'll give him a separate bar of that. Perfect. Alrighty.
many hit points now.
Yes. Yes, we
with
do.
that, it is the goat people's turn. The very damaged goat next to Nute and this Marigold is looking really quite bad, but he's a demon boy. He doesn't know when to quit. He's gonna swing an attack which actually lands on the Marigold, which will do things. A bunch of piercing damage and some other things. So some of that. Ooh.
Cast a spell, you coward.
I'm not even. I'm looking at the average roll and just picking a number close to that, because I have too much to look at, and I think that's roughly fair.
That's fair. That's fair.
Resistance to that, and this kind of what's it save, and then this ability and blah blah blah. That doesn't really matter. He slashes his tail out, which carves through the armor of this demon man. As it cuts through a section of the bronzish plate armor, you see within is like torn, ragged, pale, like almost like a translucent skin, then pierced, and red blood begins to pour from the wound, which is unpleasant. And the one on this side is going to slash with the imps. Yeah, he's gonna slash with the imps because they're annoying and small. And he fucking hits one of them. One of that imp there fucking is toast, got 3 health. Swings out wildly with that, and one of the imps just kind of crashes into one of these crystals, slamming into the ground. With that, the goat people are gone. There are no reinforcements coming, and Ashura, it is your go. You've been picked up and by this gigantic ape, this monstrous behemoth.
Okay,
brave
very
fur
well.
and muscle.
Cool.
So much fur and muscle in this fight. I love it.
Yeah. You can drop me down, Marigold. Marigold, don't squeeze it harder. Thank you. Oh God. And he's gonna turn to the Garistro. He's like, all right, another one. He is casting Searing Smite as a bonus action, but that's third level. Because I don't have anything left.
Okay.
And he's gonna run in between the legs and try to hit as he passes through. I can't actually do it, but like the imagery just goes and just.
Go ahead and roll, and you are flanking with Demon Boy.
Cool, let's go.
Advantage on these.
9 and
Searing Smite.
Searing Smite. I rolled 218. Wow.
27 definitely hits.
Cool.
Go ahead and roll some damage.
That's the good part. Is it resistant to fire?
It is resistant to fire.
Does it have anything to do with psychic?
Nope. I think you are just halving fire damage.
Cool. Just so you know, because there's also oh no, that's not how you do it.
It's psychic and
yeah.
stuff.
And I know Abyss hates it, so some demons hate psychic. So fire damage 16, so 8 fire damage. And for the rest of the damage, I'm doing 2-hand down because I don't have anything else in my other hand. And the end, the one. So I'm putting Divine Smite level 4, just so for the audience. Divine Smite level 4, and putting one of my Bardic Inspiration to do my Psychic Blades. So 4th levels for my Divine Smite because I have another one. That's why I'm using it, not for the Searing Smite. So 48, 5d6, 1d10 plus 5. That's a lot of dice on the front. And that's 37 damage.
Hell yeah!
As he goes through.
You like.
And those
up.
d8s are not rolling well today.
No, those d8s are not rolling well.
The
God damn
D6s
it.
are trying to make up for it.
Yeah, definitely.
Dash up, being put down by this gigantic gorilla, and as this gorilla now is like beginning to feel a bit surrounded, and it's like looking around, it's snarling, horrible, toothy maw. You, with your steel, solid red blade wreathed in those grey flames, and again those psychic, kind of psychic energy begins to kind of ripple alongside it, and as soon as the blade cuts through, the whole creature begins to shudder and shake, and a massive gout of blood appears as a massive slash through its thigh appears, drenching the ground just next to you in blood. It lets out a horrible roaring screech. It's like a bear roaring and a pig squealing at the same time.
Oh wow!
I'm not gonna make that noise because I have neighbors, but wow,
Damn.
that's scary.
It's nasty.
For the chat,
Not that big.
Ashura is not supposed to be like a complete weeb like fan creation. It just ended up to be one. So please don't. So now he just goes do anime shit whenever he's in battle. So yeah.
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 Look,
Alex,
lean
didn't you
into
just
the
like the
shit when you're
whole of your
enjoying it.
culture around anime?
I don't know what you mean. I didn't say no, not anime. It's just a Japanese cult. Like it's based on Japanese culture.
He's Ashura, not Ashura. Sorry, Alex is just an otaku.
Judging you. Okay. Sanguis Blue is Sanguis Blue is judging me. So I'll just
Anything
yeah.
to put up?
No, that's it. That's it. I'll try to maybe move it a little bit, but don't worry about that. I'll just move that way.
Okay. Easy enough. The Garisto yells this horrible screeching roar in pain and looks down to this tiny
Ooh.
creature that just did this.
Sorry, Andrew,
And
just
obviously
stopping you. There's a D&D Doodle raid, so we're getting
Oh,
raid.
fuck yeah.
Thank you.
Oh, shit.
Thank you.
Welcome. We're
Wow,
having
nice.
a big
Yeah.
fight.
D&D Doodle.
Come watch us mess up a Garistro.
Hey peeps.
They've teamed up with some devils to take on some demons, and it's messy.
Well,
And it's very
we
messy.
didn't team up.
No.
It's
Well,
just more that neither
you're
Sub-
of us
Sabra.
disadvantaged from flanking, so if you want to let me know that there's a difference there, I'll be sure to switch up how I'm rolling that.
Thank
So,
you.
the Garisto is seeing this
Well.
devil to one side, this enormous ape, almost equaling it in size, coming up from the other side, and this tiny little creature that just slashed at it with such a deep cut. Its enormous fist just raises, boom, and it comes down towards you, Ashura.
Ah, no. I didn't mean that.
Why did you not expect
Guys,
that to
we
happen?
just got another raid from Sword and Quill.
Oh, shit. Wow. So many ones at the same
The
time.
Garisto roll a 20, no,
Oh, hydrate.
yeah, a
Oh,
28
we've also
to
had a
hit you.
hydrate.
Yeah, 18?
Hydrate.
Hydrate.
My
28.
my AC is 16, so whatever.
Okay.
I thought you said 6. I was like,
Yeah, we'll take. Is this enough for you? Let's see.
I have 84 hit points. If it's above that, I'm out.
Well, let's start here. You take 24 points of bludgeoning damage from the first one.
from the
And
first
then-
one.
Yeah.
Yeah, we get up for that.
Yeah.
It's gonna throw a punch at the devil. Because, I mean, that's just what you do.
Oh boy.
Yeah, that's a 31. Oop, bop, beep. So he does some damage to him. That actually halves his temporary hit points. So, ba, 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 ba. Because our good old Horned Devil is also resistant to non-magical stuff.
Yeah.
So these guys are actually kind of well paired in terms of resisting damage. But because Ashura, you were annoying, he's gonna kick you. As he turns to throw a fist towards the devil, it also kicks out towards you with a horrible, like, mangled, cloven hoof-like claw. It's a cloven hoof, but where it meets and has, like, the two, like, where the two cloves meet, it has, like, two, like, nailed-like claws which come out of it. And it's gonna throw a kick towards you. That's 18, so a 31 to hit you.
For the new people, we're in the Underdark and we're fighting demons and there's devils.
Yeah.
Fighting with us.
Take another 22 points of bludgeoning damage, and can you make a strength saving throw, which you have advantage on because you're in
Cool.
aura of Maple.
Okay, give me a second. So in total, it's 46 damage. Just so I know. Cool. I'm still up. That's good. 46 damage. Strength saving throw with advantage.
That's correct.
That's 17. That's 13 plus 4.
You are knocked prone. This massive
Ah.
foot slams into your chest, and you are sent to the ground sprawling. As you try and catch your breath, you can feel there's a crack in your ribs, as one of your ribs is most likely broken.
That's gonna hurt tomorrow.
Megan.
Oh shit.
we've been told to hydrate again.
I really want to pee right now. It's the end of the stream. I just want to pee.
Yes, sip.
Yeah, this is definitely going to be a case of pause mid-fight for next time, because this is going to be getting on.
Definitely needs a hydrate.
Punch, kick. That's most of its turn. That is its turn. So
Ouchie,
actually,
indeed.
it is going to move somewhere because it doesn't give a fuck about being hit. It's going to run over this. Yeah, it's going to run over these two guys. I think he could do that because he's just so fucking massive. Can Hemlock make a dexterity saving throw, please?
Oh no.
Oh no.
He'll take
Hemlock,
a bunch
no.
of attacks, probably, I guess. Miss. Hit. Let's just arbitrate.
Oh, Hemlock
some
rolled an
number.
18.
Let's go.
Hell yeah.
Better than me.
He'll get knocked down to like there. and this imp is fucking toast. Imps are good for getting advantage, but man, they cannot take hits. Yeah, the Goredark turning around doesn't give a shit about taking attacks from you guys. It just turns and likes to have distance, so it goes away. Ape Marigold, if you want to take an attack opportunity, you may in this case as
Yes,
well.
I will.
So it just shoves to one side that kind of childlike armored-faced Marigon. It kind of stumbles off to one side, clutching where this massive arm impacted it. The imp gets caught underfoot and is just left like a crep. It is just
Like a crap.
That's
Nice.
a 19 to hit.
19 just hits. Go ahead and roll some damage for your big boy 8.
Cool. I'll roll my 3d10 damage.
Wait, there's another 8. You guys, there's
AC is 19.
there's another 8.
Oh my god!
It's D&D heads. Hello.
Fantastic timing.
Devil, demons fighting together. Underdark. That's basically it.
Underdark. Devils, demons.
We're
These
killing
guys are
demons.
fighting.
There's some
Sided
devils
with the
here who we're not
devils.
killing yet.
Thank you, D&D heads, for raiding us
Hell
right
yeah.
now.
That's
Thank
cool.
you.
That's really nice.
Oh, nice. That is
I'll put the music a bit louder. That sounds good.
26 damage,
26 damage, bitch. Whew.
and that's just one fist attack.
Oh shit.
Yeah, this, he runs away.
Stop
The devil
fisting
swings
them.
wide with his double-pronged fork. Both these Marigon and imps slash out and miss, but you manage to land a square, enormous fist square in its back. And while it's just charging, it pushes straight through a devil. It stomps on an imp, but as you throw a fist, it's going and seems to actually feel an impact, which for this thing is not
coward.
is not negligible. But taking that distance and ground, that is the end of its turn. With that Nute, the creature in front of you is looking wobbly as it's taken a slash from the Marigon, opposing it. It is your turn. What would you like to do?
In a surprising turn of events, I'm going to punch it.
No.
Yes.
With advantage, you are flanking with this devil.
The chat says
First
go
attack
ape.
Is a 26.
26 absolutely hits.
Is it looking real weak?
Go ahead and
Yep.
roll your first set of damage.
That's 10 bludgeoning damage.
10, you donkey punch the goat and it dies.
Just snap the spine.
Yeah, it spins to face this Marigon that just landed a great halberd strike against it, and you just throw a fist in like the back of its head. Its two horns, which reach back, one of them is like softened by some infection, and the horns like cave in backwards as you turn the skull into a concave feature.
Fuck yeah. Hydrate peeps.
And Hydrate.
I'm trying to see at the moment you finish the description.
Yeah, that with one attack, this thing is finished off. What would you like to do the rest of your turn?
Gonna do something stupid.
Yes, do it. I live for it.
I'm running up to this big horn boy.
Okay.
I'm gonna put myself in between it and Hemlock, readying
Uh-huh.
another fist. I'm gonna go for another punch.
Go for it. Roll an attack.
That's a nat 1, so that ain't
No.
gonna
Ah,
I don't
yes.
think that was gonna hit.
No.
And like this thing is like probably gonna hit me even if I dodge. So I am just gonna flurry of blows.
Go for it. Roll an attack.
So
Don't worry, bro. I'm gonna catch up with you.
there was another nat 1,
Oh, buddy.
but also a nat 20.
Oh.
And you're gonna
Did
see
the chat give you
something.
advantage, Nute?
Didn't
Did
Tal
the
give you
chat
advantage one?
That was a.
They,
yeah,
that's
I
true.
had
The
to
chat,
file
I think it was
ago.
Tal.
Have you
Tal
used that yet,
did.
Jordan?
No.
Roll
No.
that nat one.
Okay.
Thank
Damn.
you, Tal, for this.
I think it was Tavison. I don't remember who it was.
So in the last 4 dice rolls, I've got 3 nat 1s and a nat 20.
No.
It's fine. It's fine. The
Buddy.
nat 20 makes up for it because what you're gonna see is as Nute goes for this. Like the 3 punches beforehand, they're all just fakes. They're all just dupes to keep it guessing. And that
They all
fourth
just
punch
fake.
finds that sweet spot, and as his fist brings back, you see the sash sort of flare up with a crackle of
Oh,
electricity
yeah.
as it just sparks down, following the trail of the tattoos into his fist, balling up into the strike. And as he punches, you just like there is just a slight shock wave as the electricity discharges into this thing. I'm gonna spend 6 charges on the crackling sash.
Ah, yes.
Nat 20!
Yeah, so this is gonna be. I'm gonna roll it in.
What does it
in,
do again? Remind me.
Well, you're about to find out.
There's a lot of
Ah.
lightning damage.
Yeah.
So,
That
the crackling sash is a special item for monks. It starts off empty, and every time you spend a key point on an ability, it gains a charge.
Oh, that's
And it can
right.
have up to 6 charges, and you can spend each charge when you make an attack to add 1d6 lightning damage to an attack.
That's why
That's
Jordan
really cool.
has been like, I'm gonna do flurry of blows.
Yeah. Just.
so that's gonna
Hell
be
yes.
59 bludgeoning and lightning damage as he just,
Uh-oh.
like, does these 3 fakes, comes in with that
Uh-oh.
4th hit, and you just see
Absolutely
59.
Sick.
Fuck yeah, you interpose yourself with Hemlock, juke,
Juke juke.
with lightning, and the whole creature shut. I mean, you see the lightning begin to diffuse through its fur and crackle between the fur as it like, yells out in pain as it's turning around. You see immediately it's like already beginning to scrape its hoof against the ground, looking towards Marigold. But then you take its attention with that shocking hit, and it turns towards you.
Damn. That was a good crit.
Yeah,
That's a
very
good
good
crit.
hit.
Yeah.
Anything else for your turn, Nute?
That is all I can do.
Alrighty. With that, Hemlock, it is your turn.
So we're about to see a real power couple move right now. Hemlock is going to reach out from behind Newt towards this this big boy, and I'm gonna need him to make a Constitution saving throw as
go.
she casts Blight.
Okay.
This thing probably has decent con.
You rolled an 18.
Blight is good.
Cool,
Blight
he
is
still
good.
takes half damage.
Okay.
Nice.
So this is 8d8 necrotic damage.
Come on, let's finish him. It'd be a good end.
Oh no, wait, I did the command wrong.
You did.
That was at the start, maybe.
I know.
Let us let us kill it.
42 necrotic
Hell
damage.
yeah,
Divided by
bitch.
2.
Takes
Half.
21.
21 necrotic
21.
damage. Which is still a lot.
Which is
Guys.
good. Which is great.
He's almost at half health.
No. What the fuck?
And with that,
What?
with that,
Yes, Hemlock.
Hemlock is going to give Newt a little kiss on the cheek, and then run far away.
What do you
Sounds like a
mean
plan.
half health, Andrew? What do you mean? I don't have spell slots.
Guys, it's okay. I'm here to just like wrestle him
Yeah,
forever.
I'll just stab it. I don't know.
Guys, I have 157 hit points.
Yeah, okay. Yeah. You'll tank.
Also concentrating on the spell.
Yep, we will not be forgetting that.
That's a good
I
point.
know.
Wait, I'm gonna write that down because we always
It's
forget.
it's not a spell.
What?
It's wild shape.
As a giant gorilla?
Oh no, I polymorphed.
Yeah, she polymorphed. She can't
Yeah,
change
right,
to a giant
right.
gorilla.
Sorry. For some reason, I thought you meant my spirit totem, and I was like, "That's not a spell."
No, perfect. So, with that, as Hemlock
That's not-
reaches past, and you see a section of the fur begin to die, darken, and fall away, leaving a horrible kind of bald patch of greyish, cracking skin, and blood begins to seep out. As it hits the ground, there's a this horrible, acrid, demonic blood. Seems to be unpleasant in some way. Who knows? And with that,
Demonic.
yeah, demon again. Markos Astreva, from your place
Okay.
within these plants and fungus, it is your turn. What would you like to do?
Bonus action hide,
Okay, go ahead and roll a
or
stealth check.
would you have to make me move to another place?
I'd let you be that. He's very distracted, and he's not the brightest bulb of the bunch.
Cool. Not the sharpest.
There's a
one,
lot of
but-
moving creatures around this place. I'm gonna say he's not keeping track of like the 15 people that are here.
Nah.
It's a natural 1 on the stealth, so
Ah.
13 total. Oh, wait,
What the fuck is wrong
still
with you
have that
today?
trace?
Is past that trace concentration?
It is up to 1 hour. I have only taken 4 points of
You
damage.
have also cast Hunter's Mark.
Yeah.
That's also concentration. You're right. Yes,
I'm
past that
afraid-
trace is gone.
A 13 is not quite good enough.
No. Never mind. I'm just gonna shoot him then.
Go for it. You do have Newt
hop up.
in proximity.
Hop up on this rock, strike a cool pose. and-
Yes, absolutely. Go ahead and roll 2 attacks.
First one with advantage, because new. Ooh. That's pretty good. These were with sharpshooter, sorry, I should have said.
You don't have advantage for any reason.
Don't I?
No.
No, you get sneak attack because I'm
Sneak-
within
oh,
5
If
feet.
you
Attack
if you
with
hit,
my
you get sneak attack.
Okay, I'll re-roll. This
Cool.
is the sharpshooter.
Okay.
That's
That
range
is a 16 to hit.
16 does not quite hit, I'm afraid.
Damn. Second attack.
His AC is 19, guys.
Yeah.
I can't roll above 9.
Oh,
So-
shame,
so
did
this-
it? No.
These two arrows, one just it sinks into the skin, but it doesn't seem to penetrate deep enough to get through his thick fur and muscle and hide.
Even
the second
without
one,
sharpshooter, they both would have missed.
yeah. He sees the second one coming,
Sorry.
just sidesteps with slightly unexpected grace and dexterity as he kind of like just sidesteps the second arrow, which flies off into the distance in the darkness.
Just goes
It kind of
Can't
just
even catch it.
raises
Yeah.
one of its lips is still
Catch the
destroyed
bullet.
from that first arrow that did land. It rails and curls up its other side of its lip towards you with a snarl. And with that, let's say, Meggie, could you go
Yeah.
ahead and roll us a d10?
Sure, I can. 7.
7.
We had a 7.
Could you now roll me a d? No, Markos, could you roll me a d4?
Oh,
I can. You choosing me because I've been rolling low.
No, I was making sure each of you get a chance to roll in this table. 2. Okay. With that, as you fire off these arrows, this Goristro rears around the battlefield in front of it, ready to take its next move, take its next charge at its opponents. The devils all rallying and turning to face this now one foe. With your help, hopefully this can be defeated. There is the strange, flashing of the crystals around, and the wind begins to pick up, and a little bit of lightning goes, and there's a tear, fractures open, cracking not like lightning or anything else, but cracking like rock. Dust and rubble falls from a split in the air itself, and there's this flapping, weird little bony creature with triangular wings and a really bony, long-nosed face, covered in rock and little shards of crystal, goes and flaps straight off the battlefield as a small earth mephit is summoned and flees.
fucking Mephit!
Oh, fuck.
And with that, it is going to be.
We're all laughing because we're desperate now. This is despair
I
laugh.
can summon one of those.
Oh,
Yeah.
Wait, is the hole still open that it came in through?
No, the whole immediately goes. I'm sorry. With that, we are going to have to pause this battle here. Thank you so much, everyone that has raided us so far. I'm sorry that it's kind of come late in the campaign, but this will be a VOD on this Twitch immediately and up on YouTube within the week. So if you've enjoyed what you've seen so far, feel free to hop back and get the context and see what's going on.
And
Lovely
come
to
back
see you
next
here, and
week.
Love to see you again.
Yeah.
Come back next week because it's going to be
Yeah.
wild.
This Goristro is still very much alive and kicking, and a lot of people here have taken a few hits and are running low on resources. So, me back
Me,
here
bitch.
Me,
next
bitch.
Thursday
Me,
to
bitch.
see the conclusion of this and to see where our heroes go next. Other things.
Bless you.
Sorry.
Bless you.
Yeah.
No,
Tried
bless
to
you.
mute, but I couldn't get it in time.
Thank you everyone for joining us, both from the start, from raids that have stuck with us, and who have come to just check us out out of curiosity. Love to see you here and in the chat, so thank you all
Thanks,
of you.
everybody.
I have bits.
You have
Promo
bits.
bits.
Do you
We
have
should
bits?
Do bits.
I've got some bits written down, so do you want to wait for reminders till I've done the bits that I've got written down?
Okay. Okay.
I'm trying to be good. I've got notes now. Thank you to our friends at the Cognitive Merchant, friends of the show. Con season has been rough, and they are amazing. So go and support their amazing products. Handmade leather stuff, dice bags,
Yeah,
dice
dice
trays,
bag.
dice cups, LARP gear, armor, all kind of kooky stuff, and they're super open to customs. So if you are interested in that kind of stuff, go show them some love and support at thecognitivemerchant.co.uk. Links and socials are available through there, so go give them some love. Go buy their amazing stuff. It's really, really good. We will do a raid at the end of this because we always forget to do that. Meggie, any other bits?
Bits.
Yes.
On Monday, we are playing the second half of our Vampire the Masquerade mini chronicle. So yeah, if you want sexy vampires in Rome, come watch that. It's great.
It's pretty
Can
good.
help. They are sexy vampires.
Yeah.
It is being run by the lovely Amelia from Witch and Craft Games. Speaking of, obviously the Vampires campaign on Witch and Craft Game that me and Riona were in is now over. However, they are now playing Rogue Trader with Riona and Prue, and they've got some other really exciting stuff coming up with other cast members from this stream. So go and check them out. Go follow them. They're great. And I'm doing shout outs for like everyone's guest things. Prue is on Kilted Cajuns
Oh yeah, she is.
stream tomorrow, playing Tomb of Annihilation. She plays a super cute like Furbolg character, so go and watch that because it's a really cool stream. I think that's everything.
Okay.
We
Last
are
chance
everywhere.
for bits.
One last thing. Thank you for Tofu for gifting sub to Tao.
Yeah, that's so cute. Thank you.
Thanks, buddy.
Thank you.
Gifted subs like a
Tofu
king.
is the great. It's the greatest.
Tofu is
So
fantastic.
And
Tofu
Tal
is-
is
Tofu
is
is best
is
mod.
rising up.
He's S tier. He's
Yeah.
He's really
But
like
Tal is rising. As I've talked to him the entire session. He's rising up the ranks. Soon to
Beautiful.
be
Tal's also a
lieutenant.
legend.
Yeah.
Alrighty. With that, thank you everyone for joining us so far.
I
If
think
you've come new,
David?
wonderful to see you. We hope you see you again. If you've enjoyed this, tell your friends. Get in on this because we enjoy this shit with friends, and so should you. Yeah. With that, follow us if you don't. Follow us on socials if you don't, because we're quite funny. Sometimes it can happen.
Yeah.
I'm rambling now. So if one of people want to figure out
David?
doing the raid stuff, how do we
raid
let's
stuff.
You do /raid and then the channel name, I'm pretty sure.
Let's
Okay,
find someone to raid.
raid.
Suggestions in chat? Question mark.
Diagnosed Matt is still streaming. He is a lovely friend.
So
he is.
Of
Yes.
ours.
so I do at. What do I do? I do /raid and then at.
/raid and then the channel
It's
name, I think.
it's capital D diagnosed, capital M Matt, no spaces.
Okay.
Cool. Stick it in
Diagnose.
Go give Matt some love.
Diagnose
Say
Matt.
Chase
No, I know how to write
Yeah.
diagnose Matt.
He's
Like that?
love on him.
playing some Overwatch at the moment, so go and enjoy that.
Okay, cool. I've
But
done
he's
it.
a lovely friend.
I
from
control.
Verbal
I
Computer.
control
Love.
Twitch now.
He's a really, really lovely guy. So if you don't know him, you really should because he's fantastic and he's a wonderful.
Okay,
Matt,
16 viewers are ready to raid.
Beautiful. All right,
Yeah,
I'm rambling now. We
Yes.
love you. Hope you guys had fun. We'll see you guys next Thursday and Monday for other stuff. Goodbye. Have a good night. Have a good week.
Yes.
Bye.
They're raided. They're gone. They're all gone.
And make sure the stream act, please.
Just to say, our stream is still running.
Thank you.